All right, we're live. That's simple. All right, we're live at spring training. It is March 8th. We're in Sarasota. And I get to sit down with some people I got to know through the years. Tim Cousins, and then Buck Britton, which people might not know. Buck was my manager. It was the first year you managed in 2018.
2018.
People don't forget. Hey, good morning, by the way. And we started off a little golf, by the way. Everyone had fun,
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Buck, everyone had fun.
Yeah, it was best. It was a best ball, so I was in with Cuz.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And our friends at Gridiron Golf. I think it's a simple way. I like to kind of get the other side of it. I mean, the players, they're nice. They're good. Your day to day, like walk me through your day to day.
You're the first one at the ballpark, Cuz. So
Yeah, we did find that out.
Tee it up.
You
Tee it
go
up.
first.
No, you got to tee it up.
Nothing special. Get here early, start plugging away on the schedules, set up the board, set up everything for the coaches, wait for the coaches to get in, try and get a fake workout in, and off and running.
What do you mean by fake workout?
I try and do something, not a ton, but I'm trying to knock it out.
Improvising.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it do re mi fa?
Yeah.
So perfect. So fake workout is just go in there,
Yep.
roll out.
Don't even roll out. Just walk the complex 3 times around the complex and done.
Okay, but that's not a fake
Waiting
workout.
for breakfast.
That is a workout in itself. And the scheduling of it, that's something everything that happens for people want to know, that's your work. It's your handiwork, right?
Yeah.
And you got to handle the split squads. So besides that, what else do you do? Why don't you tell the audience a little bit more about yourself?
I also do the catching.
Yes.
And I also do in-game bullpen. So scheduling, the passion is the catching and in-game bullpen.
And then for Buck, this is the first rodeo up here for you now.
Yeah.
And I guess they're saying he took the quick road, even though the quick road still was a decade of coaching so far.
2018 was the first year coaching. So I got lucky in that aspect, but I like to count the playing years too. So we'll just tack that on. 16 in the bushes. Yeah.
So, so the reason why I bring that up is people always don't see what happens or how long it takes. And we're the same age. We're 31.
Correct.
Right. So, how long in baseball for you?
Signed in 93, started coaching in 2002.
Yeah.
So been a while. I was in development for a long time and until 19. So doing it a while.
You've been doing it a while. The perspective, a lot of different paths to how to get there. The staff is great. I don't think people always know this, and maybe I will be biased. I mean, I've known you guys for a while. But the intricacies, you guys are baseball guys. I think sometimes with the nuances, people go, well, wait a minute, this game's different. You guys have been around for the old and the new, so to speak, but you kind of evolved with it. What is something right now that you look forward to, like with spring training? Let's start with that. Spring training in general. What's something that you look forward to with the guys? And it's a reset every year. That's how I always used to feel it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this year's a little different because I'm actually part of the staff.
Yeah, Buck.
Cool.
Buck.
No doubt. But in the past, it was like the best time. I didn't really have a ton of responsibility, and just seeing the guys, that I've had come through the minor leagues and to watch them perform together, it was a special time. And then this year's different.
You a little nervous?
I am nervous. You want to do right now.
Right.
This is right shot.
Gotcha.
The verbal assault is always right on. Can you say that word?
Yeah, you could say
assault?
that. Yeah, it's. I mean, a lot of things have changed, but it's just a word.
Yeah. No. This is. It's been great. I've had a good relationship with Hyder, with Cuz, with the major league staff, with Manzo, for a number of years now, and to be a part of it, they've always treated me well, and I'm just looking forward to the 23rd when we get on the bird and get out of here.
Yeah, I guess that's now about 2 weeks away. Season starting. What's kind of been going on in your eyes in camp? Cuz I mean, I've heard some murmurs, but behind the scenes of things, what stood out to you so far with camp and as we move into 2025? Apparently, a lot of talent, so to speak. 162-0 is on the table from what I heard.
It's attainable.
It is. But yeah, give me some sights and scenes so far throughout the first few up. I haven't been down here.
For me, I think when you come into spring training and you're trying to get the thing off the dock, you want to get out with good energy, and you want to create some type of mojo, and you want to create all those things. And that kind of happened early. Like, I think when we got here, guys are ready to go. The vibe was good. Guys are, came in good shape. The guys are, they're excited to get going. Obviously, as this thing evolves, you watch these guys grow, and that's the exciting part. And they came in ready to roll. And now we're in that point where you're transitioning from, getting in shape to playing shape, and now you're getting some results, and you're getting some performance stuff going on, and they're you can feel the group transitioning into go time, and that's the fun part for, I think, all the coaches, is when you see them come in and you get through all the stuff that they want to get out of the way early, and now they start evolving into game mode. And that's the fun part.
Yeah, I feel like it's finally getting to the part of spring training where everyone's excited to see everyone and happy, and then it's like, all right, when's opening day? Yeah. Right? That's what you were talking about, Buck. And I will say with the young talent, it's really exciting, and Buck, I know especially for you and I going through it, there was some lean years, but guys were trying to earn a job. I think that's the one part. One thing that actually sticks out to me. There's a few stories that we had, and I'll share. I'll censor those parts. But one thing that stood out to me was I remember we were in Rome, Georgia, and talking about we played a great game that day, lost by 10, I think. And you came in and said, "Hey, I'm just making note, just so you know, everything's being watched, and it's a business, and at some point, someone can come and take your job." And the window's small. And now I'm not saying in this case for these guys, there's a lot of young players, but you've seen these young guys that have come up through the system now, and some of them are fighting for a job. How have you seen them being able to handle that type of pressure? Because I think that's the part that I think people don't think about. They think, oh, you got to go out there, you're going to perform. It's that mental side that kinds of messes with it. So what's the evolution you've seen with some of these guys through the years? I guess, yeah, you've been with them almost every level of some of these young stars that are in the bigs now.
Yeah, I think it helps that, number one, that they're friends.
We have
a lot of close relationships, even off the field.
Yeah.
So these guys are with each other a lot. The other side of that is they're still growing and developing in the big leagues. These guys get through the minor leagues so fast. And that's what's been kind of impressive to watch is when they get there, the development doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't deliver final packages right now to the major league staff. So Hyder, Cuz, Manzo, Sanders, these guys are still teaching these guys how to play while also trying to win games in the big leagues. So it's been fun to watch the growth in that aspect. And like I said, I think that there's still room to grow for everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to think about when Jackson for me last year when he came up, and everyone's going, oh, man, he's an all-star already. Well, he's 20 now or 21. He's 21 now. I think people forget how young guys are. I mean, and then there's Gunnar that comes on the scene and does what he does, and you look at that, and they have the potential, but not everyone's going to go the same path. I will say, I wish I had the power that like Sam Basallo has at 20. He's 20, right?
Yeah.
Dude, what? To me, I saw him in person. I've watched it. His batting practice to me, and I've seen a lot of guys, that's one of the most impressive things. I mean, because catching, it's specialty.
Yeah.
What have you seen from Sam so far?
Just what you're talking about, just the freakish physical skills. And, I watched him hit a ball that went over this cage, which you've hit on these fields a lot.
Yeah, but I never did that.
Yeah.
Like
I couldn't believe I saw it. And you see that, and then you see the arm strength, and you see, his ability to receive and block. And he's just a very physically talented guy that, that loves to work, and he's trying to get it all in line. It's special talent.
Yeah. And then that mental side, as I was talking about, people still really young. You got to see him last year, the maturity level.
Yeah.
Seems like he's just kind of grown. It seems like he's very easygoing too. Every time I've interacted with him, that's the goal here. We want to stay here. It seems like he's starting to get that ahead of the curve. I think that's where people take the biggest step, is when the maturity level rises with it.
No doubt. And I think Robbie's going to be a huge piece to
Yeah.
that, like the leadership that he has and the relationship they're building here,
Yeah.
along a young Latin catcher with Trinos who understands the position. He understands the culture.
Yeah.
And Sammy's done a really nice job. And like you said, he's a really good kid. He's a perfectionist in some aspects. So, sometimes failure when it happens for the first time is tough. And I think he's done a really nice job in this camp. And I think there's a lot of people that are really excited for him.
Yeah, he could have a bright future. I think some could say he's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay. And that's the beauty. We don't know what's going to happen. Just the reality, but he's got the pieces in place, but you got to have the mental side. All right, for fun here, because that was the baseball side. Before I let you get out of here, I don't hear enough, Cuz is a nickname. Do you have an actual nickname for you?
And my wife calls me a lot of different things, but I don't want to share.
That, fair enough. My fiance, Jamie, same thing. All lovely things, because I'm sure, you're best intentions. But we were trying to look at some names around baseball, and I don't even know what the team. Do you have a favorite nickname growing up or currently on the roster? Like we were talking, Cal Raleigh's nickname is Big Dumper, right? That's pretty electric. But Big Unit back in the day. Guy that played a long time here. I don't really like that nickname, but that was an iconic nickname for 21 years. But anything that sticks out to you guys?
I like Tugboat.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Tugboat.
Solid. Oh my! I forgot about that one.
It's a good one.
It is. Yep. That and very fitting for him.
Yep.
That fits. Anything for you, Papa?
Man,
you know what? Later you can message me about it, because I want to know.
I'll have to get you something.
It might be in 2 weeks. And then anything out of curiosity, you talked about you love to do the schedule now, right? So maybe some would say maybe that's a something that no one knows about you, but you enjoy it. Like a guilty pleasure. Is there one thing guilty pleasure wise? I'll start with this. Yeah. Okay. So maybe it is you like Sudoku. I do love Sudoku.
I do not.
My thing, really?
I do not for some reason. It's beyond me. I watch guys do that and I'm bewildered.
But you just made a comparison about Sudoku earlier, so I thought that's where we were going. I tried to hard
sell it like I was doing it. I don't actually do it.
So you gave a great analogy about Sudoku
for other people.
Oh, for other people. Yeah. Okay. Well, the other part is it could be a song. I love me some female pop, so I listen to JoJo Too Little Too Late, and I listen with people in the car or without. In my feels or not. I mean, Buck, do you have doesn't have to be a song, could be Sudoku. Do you have a song or something that, you really enjoy? People don't know about you.
No, I mean, the USA Today crossword puzzle.
Ooh, you're one of those guys.
I love doing those. But also too, in spring training, I get a chance to do it, is I like to handwrite the lineup cards. It's therapeutic for me.
Really?
Yeah. So I did it all throughout the minor leagues. Mainly because we didn't have a printer.
That's
what
was
started.
Yep. Wasn't in the budget at the
but
time.
Then in spring training, I like to write out the lineups. I don't know.
Calligraphy.
It just calms me down. It locks me in.
Locks you in?
It locks me in. Yeah.
What happens when we have lineup changes?
Lineup changes are not accepted.
Once it's said, it's final.
15 minutes before game time, lineup changes are no longer accepted.
Okay.
And Hyde is. He understands.
He understands that, and we'll tell management. I'll talk to Michael Elias if anything happens and he moves anything. Hey, sorry.
Yeah,
it's done. Non-negotiable.
Yeah, this guy's.
We'll write that in. And make sure it's good. Any final words for you guys just on 2025 season? Go team.
Just come out and watch. For all the people watch, just come out and watch.
Yeah.
The good, the bad. I'll watch all of it.
It's a fun team, and I try to remind people. I grew up in a time when the Orioles didn't have a winning season for 15 years. And I remember a time, again, family member went to the playoffs, won it his second year in the league. And if you had asked him if he would ever get back, he said, of course. And 42 years later, it still hasn't happened. And this is probably one of the most exciting young cores I can ever imagine. 2023 was amazing. 2024 continue to build. The injuries happen, but yeah, it's a fun team. You guys are fun. I think people are starting to realize that, and we got some great putters on this team as well.
I can't believe you nailed those putts.
He was really good.
Good thing I took the fourth, so it was 4 in a row.
Buck is people helping people, but guys, Buck, I'll let you get going. Appreciate it. I'll come bother you in a little bit.
Yeah,
There's a game at 1 today, right?
105.
Always.
105.
Come and have breakfast.
Well, you just bring me a plate out here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Bring me a plate.
Bring me a plate.
Yeah.
That'd be great. All right, guys. Beat it. Get out of here. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
brother.
guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right.
Always good to see you, brother.
I'll come bother you in a little bit. Maybe come try to get a sweatshirt. Looks great.
Nice meeting you all.
Yeah, we might. Thank you guys for helping with the putts again. Phenomenal. You guys want to fill in for a little bit?
Yeah, this thing on.
How do we follow that up?
You don't.
I don't.
You
I
don't.
don't.
So we got to sit down with Cuz and Buck.
Do I have to fill out a USA Today crossword puzzle sitting in Buck's seat? That might have to be.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Cuz gave me the whole Sudoku analogy and then didn't.
I am actually a very big fan of Sudoku.
It's phenomenal.
I from a young age, I still have a Sudoku book. I would go do a couple of those a day when I was younger. Really sharpened my mind.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing.
So, which is great to see from the coach's perspective. One, you get to see how they are as people, and this staff is phenomenal, like truly. And also mention the experience. I know it's a different day and age. Buck even being the young guy, 16 years in baseball.
Yeah.
In professional baseball.
It's a grind.
To throw that out there, it's a grind. And Cuz from system to system, being with the Marlins, being a catching coordinator, and now he's the guy that sets all the schedules, has the intricacies. Seems pretty excited about Sam Basallo. I think they like Sam Basallo.
Just gonna say my biggest takeaway. I'm gonna take my credentials off.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, for that,
maybe
we learned from the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say we learned from the Super Bowl.
I got mine flipped.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from that was the way they gushed over Sam Basallo, and they were talking about he's a perfectionist in some aspects, but it's the part of the game we always talk about that's the most important and the hardest is, especially last year with Jackson. How do you react when you fail for the first time? When you're something,
most important thing,
for Sam, for Jackson. It's crazy to think at 20 years old for Jackson, that's the first time he's really failed at baseball. Like that's the first time he's gone to, I'll even say it, take a next step. Even the next time he's gone to a different level of professional baseball and hasn't almost immediately been like, oh, okay, I can dominate at this level. We saw it every step of the way.
Oh yeah.
Single A, double A, triple A. He'd get there, maybe a day or two to adjust, and then he was playing like Jackson Holiday. What's it like when you first fail? I know they're going through that right now with Samuel Basallo, but man, listening to the way that they talk about the kid, it's hard not to get excited about a prospect like that. And I do think Major League Baseball kind of forgets, like, everyone's talking about the Orioles when they're talking about the young guys. They're like, well, this team is set for, X amount of years because of Gunnar, Jackson, Adley, Kowser, Westberg, and them. People seem to forget that. I'll put it out there, maybe the best pure hitter of the group, maybe the best overall bat is still on the way. Samuel Basallo, it's hard to teach that kind of swing and that kind of power at that age.
And like the other part here, and this is the beauty of having a young, talented team. Now, we'll start with the negative. We'll get that out of the way. The negative is there's going to be growing pains where you're going to sit there and go, damn, why aren't we seeing that success of that player that's trying to get to the big leagues? And you heard or Buck talked about it. It was Buck's words right there. Not a finished product getting to the bigs.
Yeah.
Not a finished product. And it's hard when you have an expectation to be a team that's a World Series contender at the same time. But that's where the positive is. If these young guys can take that step little by little, whammy, you're cooking with, was it cooking with gasoline? Grease, one of those. See, my analogies are off, but at least I've used those. I actually haven't cooked with gas.
You never heard? Well, you cook with gas.
Yeah, I cooked, but I'm not. I was thinking that
it's Roquan
dousing.
Roquan cooking with grease.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
People say peanut oil, grease, whatever.
I don't say peanut oil.
Some people use
well, that's because you're not from the South.
Well, he also
people from
would die, but
well, yes, you would
on the side.
By the way, it's Brad over here.
Hi, Brad.
Just the ghost.
Brad's behind here doing all.
Brad's in the walls today, not me.
Some housekeeping items, fellas. Do not tap on the table.
Was I doing that a lot?
You were doing that a lot, yeah.
perfect. I have a habit of doing that once, twice, maybe 5 or 6 times. But if you're new to the channel,
A lot of banging in the interview.
Yeah, a lot of banging. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We're live down at spring training in Sarasota.
The chat is very quiet. I don't know if it's early or what, but if you guys want to chat, ask some questions, do all those things.
Yeah, we're just vibing right now.
I see, of course, British Raven is here.
He's awake at any hour, even though across the pond.
I don't think it's like between him and Kevin who sleeps the least.
Yeah. It's a very, I was interested when Kevin said he got up this morning.
Oh,
I didn't know he went to bed.
He was still the last person to go to bed too.
Yeah. What time did you go to bed?
Like 2.
Oh my God.
That's early for Kevin. You got to understand the schedule of it.
But something came up, and that was Nikola Jokic put up the best stat line in history. But
so we're having a full day at spring training, but Kevin is committed to the Nuggets and Jokic.
Yeah. Well, I'm committed. Look, getting up, we got up, we rode over here, got the setup going. It's going smoothly so far.
Yeah, my alarm went off at 5:30, and I was like, awesome. I heard Kevin's go off at like 5:32, and I was like,
that's the key. You always get a couple extra minutes of sleep if you do like 5:32, 5:33. So if you go over a year and you do 2 minutes a day a year, and you're able to get up and do your thing, you're getting like, how many days of sleep is that? Or how many hours? Probably a lot of hours. It helps out.
I'm gonna be honest, Kevin. When you started saying that, I stopped listening to what you were saying.
I could see the glaze full.
It was.
Yeah.
You know what? You lost me.
Well, then you're gonna miss out on the 2 minutes of sleep a day.
That's exactly it. I'll just close my eyes for a minute. I'll rest my eyes, as you would say. But we're gonna have a lot going on the rest of it. We don't know who all is gonna jump out here outside of the clubhouse here and right by the batting cages. And to give you guys a little bit of just a rundown. So my goal, at least for today's show, we're going to have people come on to explain a little bit what's happening with the Baltimore Orioles. I do understand the most recent thing people are worried about with injuries and whatnot. But if you go around baseball right now, truly, it's not just the Orioles. You look in the AL East, they got a couple issues, big issues with the New York Yankees that is kind of coming to fruition. And we're going to find out a little bit more about Garrett Cole. We'll talk about that later in the show. But a little bit of a rundown of what happens down in spring training to maybe give you guys a little bit of a idea. Brad, does that work?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the chat right now.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's not open.
Yeah, apparently
it's like disabled. I don't.
Yeah, try going to YouTube settings on the video.
That's what I'm trying to do, but it's grayed out.
That's why.
Yeah. Hold on. Not letting me change.
We can't change it. So who knows? Maybe people just didn't want to comment, but they did it apparently. But let me give you a rundown, at least while Brad's trying to figure that out, of how this all works. And Zach, Kevin, you got to see. We rolled in, and not a lot of people were rolling in at 6:30 in the morning, but most people are making their ways in on a normal time around 7. But that's just players. Yeah. Staff wise, you heard Cuz gets here at 3:45, 4 a.m. each day. And those guys will get a workout in, they'll get ready. They'll set the lineup, set the schedules for what they're going to do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, actually, lineup just got released, so I'm sure Buck had to go in and write that down.
Yeah. He did. He had to go write that down. I'll tell you what, man, playing for Buck was one of my favorite times. Had him in 18, had him in 19 as well when I got moved up to AA. So I had the pleasure in those 2 years. I had Buck Britton and Ryan Miner. Rest in peace. Loved Ryan Miner.
Chat's fixed.
And then had Buck Britton as well. And Buck, what you could see right there, calm demeanor, caring, easy to get along with, and really understands what it takes in the grind to get to where you are. But it's funny, I always ask, are you nervous? So yeah, he's been doing this for so long, but you finally got to accomplish one of your professional goals. That's to be a part of the big league staff. Now you're going to have other aspirations, but for this year, get to be a part of a staff that hopes to try to win a championship, do some great things, and then you learn as a coach. Baseball, you got to keep evolving. So spring training, though, right now, guys, think about it this way. It's the only time the entire year where they are going to be in a specific place for a specific amount of time, or a lengthy time. It's really the end of the season or the end of the off season. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 weeks you're down here, 6 to 8 weeks. One spot.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. I mean, the birds chirping.
It's beautiful.
We got a great bush.
I'm going to say, though, it was kind of getting crowded on the roads today at 6 a.m. Me
I was
and Brad
shocked.
were talking. We were driving,
Traffic.
and it was actually like a lot of cars. I mean, wake up and grind in Florida, I guess. I don't know if
Yeah.
everyone's just, proud of everyone here. Just proud of everyone.
And on a Saturday.
Yeah,
of
that's
all
what we're
places.
Yeah,
saying.
that's the big thing
A
too.
6 a.m. on a Saturday, and we were stopping for cars and everything. I was like, okay.
This is a popular place down in Sarasota, Tampa, and you got to keep in mind on this part of Florida, and this time of year, it's the best time of year to come down. A little chillier than I anticipated at the moment, but
Agree.
It's gonna get hot here. I feel it. I can
As
feel
the day goes on,
The
it'll,
sun is
yeah, it'll warm up.
well, as we know, the sun strikes Kevin.
It does. 2 minutes and I'm red. I'm red. My back of my neck is. I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah. So
I'm also very happy with how this video is turning out. By the way,
the video,
yeah, it's turning.
it's
out.
looking good.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. And
You
once
look
again,
great.
we look great.
Yeah.
You look great.
You're welcome.
You look great now too. But we're
Yeah.
we're live.
I
From,
look the best.
You do. You're live from Orioles spring training, or we are live from Orioles spring training. Now I see that the chat is back and working, so we appreciate it there.
Somebody put that this stream was made for kids, and I guess when you do that, the chat is not allowed.
Yeah,
so-
that makes
So
sense.
I-
Okay.
it is not made for kids.
Yeah.
Now
We-
everybody can say
Not family.
everybody
friendly.
can say
Yeah.
all the bad words.
Yeah, now you can just go and be yourself
Shit.
here. So, whoa, get him out of here.
Whoa.
Get him
No
out of
person
here.
on the patio.
But it makes me a little bit nostalgic, guys, overall. So I told Kevin on the ride over. So we took our 2 cars. And by the way, since we rode down here, shout out to Adams Jeep of Maryland, by the way. I'll get into more about our road trip that we had. 15 hours for Kevin and Zach and I down. And Brad also did the same trip, but on his own. He had to leave a little bit later, but you get a little nostalgic thinking about kind of being here, at least for me.
Yeah.
And you heard earlier with Cuz and Buck Britton talking about being around, and you spend so much time, and it's really become a huge part of their identity. And Kevin and I are driving, it's still pitch black, and I told him, Brad, I was going, hey, I can't tell you how many times I've made this drive from the La Quinta Hotel straight down Fruitville, head on over here to the stadium. And not that you ever take it for granted, but when you don't do that each time like you used to,
Yeah,
you go, damn, you realize how special it was. And this place is special. And I know it might not always, it might resonate for people for different ways, but for me, it's a place where you went in and there was hope for you were going to try to make a name for yourself, but then all those people that were in there, the relationships you made, it goes beyond the game. Now, I told you, you can remember a lot of things, and you'll remember stats, and you'll remember more of you'll remember the good moments, but you like to laugh about the bad, but it's the memories that you talk about. And Buck, you guys have heard me talk about some of the passionate speeches he gave me in the minor leagues.
I really wish you would have.
I should have done it there.
I could tell you were debating it.
Yeah.
I was debating
debating
it. I was debating it.
I saw the 3-0 takers chiming in. They said each and every one of you guys are good kids.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
3-0 take. We
Thank
might be
you.
having a little bit of collaboration with the 3-0 take this year, and we got a lot of things planned. And just so you guys know, and we're back, by the way, our break's over.
Yeah. Back.
We are back in action. We got a lot.
We need
planned
a
here.
press release.
I was about to say, like, some shows they'll do a soft opening, and here we are just going to grind it
Yeah.
out for the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
We're literally right into it the second the show started. No, hey, welcome in. This is okay. We're grinding with guys right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Kyle says Ryan should get a pinch hit at bat today. So Cuz was actually asking you if you
Whoa.
had swung a bat or thrown a ball. I feel like we got to do something with you.
I might
I
have-
told Ryan,
Yeah.
pick up a knuckleball.
I might
Mickey, if you're watching.
I might have an OB injury if I try to keep swinging right
my
now.
Let's.
Oh my God.
Kevin's taking in at bat. He's actually.
Yeah, you pitch to me and we'll see
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Oh God.
Okay, well that'll be easy.
That
Kevin's
was-
gonna try to draw.
I'm
Nobody-
gonna lay down the meanest bunt you've ever seen.
Nobody wants to see. Yeah, with your face.
That would be.
And then
great
I can charge
content.
the mound if he does that. So
You're not getting up.
No, you're not getting up here.
How
But
fast could you throw a ball?
I think in high school, I think the highest I got clocked was like 85, but I probably sat low 80s
Yeah.
in high school. Never had my arm always hurt. I bet if I actually worked on my scap work, that'd put you in a better position.
Well, you
know?
play first. You don't have to go.
But
crazy.
I think my throwing mechanics were super off, but I think if I really focused on things and I didn't have as much arm issues as I had, I was just constantly hurting.
Yeah.
That I could have figured something out. But yeah, it's interesting for anyone out there that's curious about taking the next levels and the steps, trying to figure out how to take care of your body at a younger age is actually very important because you feel like you're Superman also at the time. Yeah, right. And you're sitting there going, man, how do I continue I'm going to feel this way forever. And then when you get older, you realize, how can I continue to adapt? And where am I going with this, by the way, and segueing? This is a very common theme in baseball right now, especially for players. When you look around the league, longevity in baseball and all professional sports, you don't see it as much as you used to, and for different reasons, right? But pitching, I hope we get a chance to talk to Charlie Morton today, because like that's one for me. When you look at a guy, and I know for everyone out there that's listening, and when he got signed, and you're saying, why are we signing Charlie? Oh, besides the fact that he's a huge veteran presence, that everyone speaks volumes about his character, what he brings off the field. Now let's talk about what he does on the field. He's just posted up for the last 8 years as being one of the consistent forces on the mound. I'm not saying he's an ace. Yeah. I'm not saying he's always going to be your number 2, but a guy you can depend on. He's going to get you 160 plus innings for the last 7-8 years. I think 1 year he didn't. It was the COVID year. Mm-hmm. And most years are sub-4 ERAs. You look across the board at a lot of guys, that he's right there as far as being that top 20, 25 on an ERA scale. But yeah, he is older, but it doesn't mean that he can't go out there and do it. Why? Why, Kevin?
Because he takes care of his body.
And he figured out what works for him. And I think that's the hard thing with these young players. Cuz talking about for a second, I'm going to go down this whole rabbit hole for a second. When they're talking about they're here and they're getting their work in and you're not a finished product, the goal here is you got to go and figure out what works for you. And then how do I maintain that over a year after year after year? And you might have to change it. You might have to change what's going to happen here and what's going to have to be evaluated. So there's so many different parts. And I know I'm seeing right now that people are saying, hey, sign people, whatever. Oh, sign, Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson's another guy. Gibby's been one that's understood how to stay around. What's funny to me? You remember all the times when people say, give me the ace, give me the guy. I mean, show of hands, who doesn't want to have a really good pitcher on their team?
Cool. I do.
Right?
Be pretty cool.
Be pretty cool.
Thanks, guys.
There's a reason why then guys, when they look at why is this guy getting signed all the time? Well, I can tell you, there's the off the field things, but then also they know they're going to have them. And even if there's not getting those numbers of the 2-3 ERA, but you know that you're going to have a guy that's going to be an innings eater, that's going to be out there. You need those guys. Cause right now, unfortunately, there's can't tell if there's a flu, but there's a little injury bug going around here.
Not even here, just everywhere.
Everywhere, Kevin. Everywhere.
It literally everywhere, including everywhere here. We almost had an injury to start the day.
Yeah, one of our illustrious
Ryan
Ripken.
Ryan found a way to
was almost on the IL.
Hit his head on the
So maybe it's something in the air down here.
You said this facility is special. I don't know if it's that kind of special.
That hurt. That hurt quite a bit, to be honest.
You gotta get the sage going.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you gotta block it out here. Oh, there we go. The tunes in the locker room are starting to rock.
I like how you're leaning into your female pop roots.
Dude, female pop is phenomenal. It's underrated. At least I think as a young growing up, you're afraid to express if you like certain songs because they might not be considered the cool thing. I am a huge JoJo fan from that time. Too Little Too Late, Leave, Get Out. Like I didn't realize I loved it as much as I did until that moment in time was gone.
Yeah.
But now it can live on for me forever. So, but you can hear right now, batting cage.
I was gonna say.
So cage is open usually around this time, 8 p.m. Right? 8 a.m. Goodness gracious, 8 a.m. right now. And so essentially what they're doing is your maintenance, getting your maintenance in before you're going to go out to practice. Because then really right after practice and you're getting ready for the game, you're going to come in and eat. You'll stretch out again. Some guys might want to go take a couple more swings, but in spring training, the really early work is what you try to get done.
Yeah.
That's where it all lives. I'm trying to hear what songs we got talking about beats today.
Yeah, where was
Sounds like country.
Wells off to? I saw actually. It's funny sitting here. You can see just some people.
Yeah, guys are walking in.
Yeah, I saw Mike. Mike waved over here. Arrighetti.
Yeah,
yeah?
Mike Arrighetti waved. Actually, Gunner walked by when we had Buck on.
Yeah.
So Gunner in the house.
Yeah, I think Grayson just walked in. So
nice, good kids. Well, and they're a little bit of a later start because of the night game as well. So when you think about that on top of it, they're in Lakeland last night.
Yeah.
Birds did some good things. Cuz was there doing his thing. Buck, I love the fact that Buck writes the lineup card.
I know.
They're pure.
Yeah.
The things you should know. The things you should know.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, guys. I really can't get over being down here.
Well,
and also I forget the coach walking by right there. Best bet, like Buck throws a really good BP. If I ever were to be in a home run contest, I need to remember he would be at the top of my list. It's just there.
Really?
The confidence.
Yeah.
The confidence you need. And some people might not know this. You sometimes hire certain people initially to be great. If you're a great BP thrower, you might get a job in pro ball. So I'm telling you guys, by the way, if you're like, hey, I want to get into baseball, and they might not give you a lot of good roles. If you say, hey, I throw the best BP of all time, see if they give you a tryout.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, you can be around for a long time. Be around for a long time. My manager in AAA, Gary Kendall, he got a start from my grandfather. And they said, hey, can you throw BP? Gary could throw a really good BP. All these years later, he's still in professional baseball managing. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's where it started for him.
That's awesome.
So Kevin, you got a chance if you can.
Oh, we're shooting some hoops right now?
Yeah.
I'm so in.
We have a basketball hoop over there?
Yeah, there is. Yep.
We got a basketball hoop. We got the gridiron golf rocking and rolling here. And
everybody made all their putts. Everyone made all their putts.
Everyone made all their putts. And again, the gridiron golf here, guys, I'm telling you, follow us, follow gridiron golf. The pot is only going to grow if you're looking to win some giveaways, by the way, unless you want to do that. If you don't want to do that and you don't want to be a part of that, then by all means, Brad, stay away.
Yeah.
If you don't like to win,
don't bother.
And take my money for you,
then get out of here.
Then get out of here.
If you don't take it, I will.
Yeah.
So someone take it.
If you don't enter, Kevin's going to be the only one, and then we're going to have to give it to Kevin. And you don't want that.
Yeah.
You're full of crap, man. You're full of crap.
I want to hear your favorite spring training story.
My favorite spring training story. Oh gosh.
You can get as frisky as you want to here.
I can now. I don't have to. I was gonna say birds after dark, but it's birds after birds after sunrise.
Yeah. There's no FCC rules here.
Birds after sunrise. Gosh, I got to go back to a few stories here of going through the time. I will say one of the things, this is on the lighter note of spring training, one of my favorite things is the March Madness gets chaotic around here.
Oh, really?
Well, back on the Twin Lakes. So where it's changed a little bit. Twin Lakes, I will say, might have actually had, that's where the minor league side is.
Yeah.
They had more TVs that they put up in the weight room. So there were like 3 or 4 around, and it was distraction. I think you had to take a couple down because players,
especially during the round of 64.
They were like, hey, I'm going to go get a workout in, or they just wouldn't work out and you're staring and watching. But there's a giant pool of guys that get involved in spread pools, into picking, there's a different variation. This is actually my favorite. We should actually do this. I think you guys would love it. Depending on how many people join, let's say 8 people with your friends, you do this, and you do the 64 teams. So you categorize the play-ins as whoever wins that's the team that you would take.
Yeah.
You draft 8 teams each. But if they win, you get a lot of the points, whatever their seed number is. So if the 16 seed wins,
you get more points.
You get 16 points. If you take the 1 seed, you get 1 point for every win that they have.
Oh,
team that accumulates the most points at the end of it wins.
Ooh, I actually like that.
It is exhilarating.
So, but there's no like buffer up. So like if a 1 seed goes all the way, you get 1 point every single time. Doesn't matter what round it is.
It's just 1 point. It can only win 1 point. So they have to win 6 games to win the tourney, right? Yeah. Is it 6? You get 6 total points.
Yeah. So if you take all the 1 seeds, you're not going to win because you're only getting 1 point.
Well, and you can't take 8 1 seeds because there's 4 of them, Kevin.
Well, I'm going to make a new March Madness where there are 8 1 seeds.
Yeah. The other spring training stories, I will say I let my kind of beard eat a little bit today because I was like, maybe I should shave, and I was thinking back to my time a little bit, and Brett Cumberland, Cumby's his name or nickname, and we were in the eating breakfast, and I was off to a little bit of a rough start. I was trying to figure out the swing, and it just wasn't starting off well, and I had the beard was coming in.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody else, and I didn't really know Cumby as much at the time. And he was sitting at a table across from me. And I was talking to, might have been like Bauman. And I go, like I said, I just can't, I might just have to shave, start over. And I just hear, no. And Cumby goes, oh, hey, yeah, no, you shouldn't do that. If my word matters at all, he goes, dude, you look great. He goes, you look sexy.
Wow.
You look phenomenal.
I keep saying that.
That beard has hits in it. And I go, I don't care
Man.
about any of the things you just said before. Tell me about that last part.
Yeah.
And he goes, you stay with it, man.
Uh-huh.
Beard's got hit. He goes, have you seen me this spring training? I'm hitting the ball pretty good. It's all in the beard. You just got to believe it.
It's got that magic.
So I'm like, all right, screw it. That next game that we play that afternoon, your boy goes deep down the line. I get another hit. I get 2 hits. The next game, I hit 2 home runs.
2
lot of
home
hits.
runs.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had 2 jack game in Port Charlotte, and I'm like, well, damn, we might be
He was
onto
onto
something.
there, yeah.
And then, long story short, get the high A, start off the year there, get off to a good start, hurt the OB. Ended up shaving it because then the juju was gone.
Yeah.
But then me and Cumby are together in Double A again, and I go, Cumby, sorry, I had to shave the beard. He goes, oh yeah, all good, brother, man. You just got to go with what happens. I go, well, that's a very different tone. He goes, why? What did I say? And I said, you said the beard had hits. He goes, oh. He goes, yeah, I don't. He goes, I might have lied because I haven't had a hit in a month. But he goes, but it's what you had to hear at that time, right?
You know what? I like
And I go,
Wow.
you're damn right. So the reality is you can perceive what you want and what you think's going to work. So when we talk about superstitions in the game of baseball, that was one for me. I believed that the beard was going to work.
That's all that matters.
And it
And
worked.
it did.
It did work.
And it worked.
That's what superstitions are so. I'm a superstitious person myself, but I know we've talked to people who, have said their game day routines and they never get away from that because they have to eat a certain thing or get to the stadium by a certain time. So yeah.
So much
Beautiful
work
timing.
about to be put in.
Yeah, a lot of guys rolling in here.
A lot of guys rolling into the batting cages. Some work's getting put in.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, the
I'm gonna
nets
get some work
are
in.
nets are put back up.
Oh,
which
they're fixed.
yeah,
That was bothering. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
bothering
that was
cuz.
bothering
No doubt
Cuz a
about it.
lot.
Let's while we're on a little bit of talking about spring training, let's go around a little bit of, yes, I'm aware of, teams dealing with injuries. That's a part of it. Let's talk about the also recent news that with the Yankees. I know with Grayson hearing about the soreness, and that's the reality of it. You're going to see what happens. Knocking on wood so far, hearing positive reports given the circumstances. Can't say the same can be said with the Yankees right now.
Tough.
It's
not from reports. It's just not a great sign.
So first thing is Luis Gil is going to miss at least 3 months with a lat injury. And you've seen how tricky lats can be. It's a big blow for a team, especially with the reigning AL Rookie of the Year. Thought there could have been another Rookie of the Year here in Baltimore. And I think he might have thought that too. But you know what? He's focused. And from what I heard, he's looking good so far here in spring training.
Hope he looks good on camera.
I hope he looks good on camera too. He always looks good on camera. The other part, though, is the bigger one is Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole out of the camp right now for the Yankees. The reports are they're going to find out in the next couple of days, but worries are that this could be something that could sideline him for a very long time.
Yeah.
Tommy John being the worst case scenario for him. And talk about a big blow. The Yankees starting staff is their strength.
I'll take it a step further. Their starting strength is their starting staff is their hope.
Yeah.
Yes, you lose Juan Soto. I think they supplemented well when you add guys like Bellinger to the lineup. Getting rid of Glaber. I think, a full year of Jazz and everything. Austin Wells. They have pieces there that I think can be good. But we kind of saw last year with a very similar lineup. At times, it was Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and friends.
Mhm.
And it was, if those two weren't producing, and even if they were, they didn't have enough firepower around them to get it done. So they're kind of in a situation where the Orioles are with some of their guys, with like an Austin Wells, with a Jason Dominguez, where they're like, we're really hoping that they can, fill that void that's being left there. So they were very reliant on this staff kind of being their bread and butter, like you said, Brad. So it really does feel like it's a little worrisome. And I think we have our next next guest coming on.
Maybe.
I'll
Man, he's looking good. A little Vita Coco in the morning. I got to get up and say hi to you first before we start chatting. How you doing? Doing fantastic. Hey, where you want to sit? Where's best for him to sit, Brad? Right here? Where? Here? Right here? Yeah, get right there.
Cool.
Oh, man. Hey, we're on right now, so it's good. Just letting you know. Ceddy. Hey, so, hey, if anyone that doesn't know, Cedric Mullins plays baseball for the Orioles. I guess technically. I like to think of him as a friend. Technically. Ceddy, hey, we are friends, man. Hey, Ceddy, I was telling, heard a couple things. Also, my dad said, he goes, man, Ceddy, I forgot how much I like him. I go, I told you, man, he's a good dude. Hey, you look good, man. Hey, how's the family life? Talk to me about the off season real quickly.
Yeah, family life's well. Baby girl just started walking a few weeks ago, so we're in that transition now. So even when I'm at the house, I'm on my toes.
Yeah.
So it's been good. The off season was great. Like I said, just kept it in house.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the house. Enjoyed everybody. We had folks coming over in and out. So it was fun.
Yeah. I'm curious. I don't have a child yet, Ceddy. Jamie and I are getting married this year, finally.
Awesome. Nice.
I know we've been together for 10 years, and she loves the joke of like getting married in 10 more, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they can't say that if the wedding's off. But the last year, because that was the first year of it, how did you balance that? How did you balance young kid trying to get ready, moving? You don't live in Baltimore in the off season, and you're trying to get ready for the season. What was that like on a personal level?
Man, that's a lot of conversation between me and the wife, figuring out how we just want to manage it.
Yeah.
I was early in the season. I was not getting much sleep. We had to have that talk where I'm just like, look, it is affecting me.
Yeah.
So we need to figure it out. But she was a trooper. She held it down, and like I said, was able to really turn it around, get things going. So.
Yeah. The reason why, like, this is the things behind with baseball. Also, you have a partner that is a solid foundation and rock, and you get things going, you figure it out. But that's just a part of life that you are a human being. Said, you hopefully play for 20 years. I hope you're going to be living for another 60 more, 70 more. How old are you now? Are you 29, 30?
I'm 30.
Hey, man. Hey, welcome to the club, Ceddy.
Yeah.
I'm still the old one of the group. I'm 31 right now. I can't believe that you're 30. And that's like considered the old one. You're the vet now.
I am the full vet now.
You're the vet. What's that like being the vet on a team now?
The vet
yeah,
now?
the vet now. Right?
Man.
Well, I was gonna say, so Morton came in, so he's older, right?
He's a vet.
He's a vet. He's been around for a while. But I mean, as far as for this squad,
yeah.
You are we going to coin that the vet for said? Are you the vet now?
I like it.
I might be the vet.
Right?
Yeah.
What's that? What's that like now?
Put it on a shirt.
Why have to put it on a shirt? We got no friends between the lines.
Uh-huh.
And the vet. The vet. Zach, what's that like now?
It's pretty cool. It's first of all, it shows how long I've been able to stay in the game.
Yeah.
That's always awesome.
That's great. That's number one. That's good.
Understanding guys are going through different parts of their careers that I've been through, and they can come to me for advice, help with navigating. It's easy conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I've been there, and my form of it might be a little different than yours.
Yeah.
But just know that I'm there for you. We're teammates. We're in this together. Let's make something happen.
Yeah. One thing that I don't think people realize with you, because I always say, like, even earlier on, if you go through struggles and people ask me, are you worried about Seth? I go, no. I go, why aren't you worried? Oh, I think you could. No, I ain't worried about him. They go, why are you so confident? I go, well, I have seen this dude in every situation. I've seen you I think one of my favorite things said, it might have been a harder time for you, but was that 2019 year? And I know a lot of different things, you know, you can say performance with baseball, but then physically, you know, dealing with things, trying to get right. You had so many things going on, but you would never know it talking to you. And that was the part that I was saying. I said, I saw a guy that everyone told you, hey, you can be the next guy. You can be that all-star. And then in an instant, you went from bigs down to double-A, but said he showed up every day like nothing changed. And I think you hit for the cycle in the playoff game. And I'm like, I think you did in game 1.
I did, yeah.
Or no, game 3, the clincher. I think it was game 3 or 4, the clincher. Yeah. You hit for the cycle. Yep. Humble brag for you. That was pretty impressive. But when things went wrong, you stayed here. Is that something that you learned over time, or is that something that I don't think people understand that that's such a huge part of the game? Because down the stretch, dude, you got hot last year.
Yeah.
You were locked in.
The main goal was creating momentum just to feel good about myself and really just pursuing a work ethic.
Yeah.
Understanding that, you know, going through the struggle, there is a certain mindset that you have to key in on to be consistent.
Yeah.
There's you have to kind of put away all the stuff that's already happened.
Yeah.
Start a fresh, new, clean slate.
Yeah.
Just finding a way. So that's what I was able to do.
Yeah. And it's such a big thing to do in baseball. And I think that was the one thing when I tell people now, when they say, who should you watch on the O's? And I said, look, there's a lot of great players, but I'm like, you want to talk about a pro? My guy said, man, you got to go look at him. This dude also, Brad, by the way, said he then at those times when, hey, you could walk away, you could say, hey, I'm done for the day. Said he's in BP getting his reads in the outfield. Also, we found out with Nick Moore that you were jumping on wooden fences in high school to work on robbing catches.
Wasn't my decision at the time, but we made it happen.
You know, Nick says hello, by the way. We were trying. Well, he's away right now. He's golfing at Augusta.
Everywhere. He's golfing everywhere.
He's having
Nick Moore, long snapper for the Ravens, played with you in high school. Also talk about a guy that's like, oh no, things are wrong, and then he's on a golf course every other day.
Yeah.
Said, but you've been practicing this for a while. I was going back to double-A. Here you are, batting practice. You're getting the reads, and you're ready to. You'll get whatever you need to do, quality over quantity, and you're ready to rock and roll. And then you ruin people's dreams out in center field. I like that. I like you being out there with it. What's something that I guess focus for you for 25? Is there anything that you said in the off season when you were evaluating 24 that you wanted to not say work on, but maybe just emphasize?
Yeah, I think the mindset is a little more simple.
Yeah.
Winning mentality, you know, just across the board, you know, pushing that on the guys, pushing that go for individual performance, that's team performance, just a winning mentality to get you through the ebbs and flows of a season.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at right now.
What was the hardest part to last year's ending? I know a lot of things because that's what I was saying, adversity, when I said, hey, again, look to my guy said, because I knew that if the team was going to right the ship, you were going to be a big part of it. And you were. You guys still made the playoffs, still had a chance at the division with everything that happened, by the way. I don't know if I'm going to have to do some rituals to clear the air here, said. I'll do whatever I got to do. I even joked, and and I'm dead serious. And I saw the comment in there. Someone made a comment on social media, like, "Oh, Ryan, would you sniff said old socks or whatever for hits?" I know, right? I said that. I said, if that means my guy's gonna have 3 hits for every game for a month, yeah, I'll do it for him. I said, I don't want to do that.
I was like, you do it, just please don't let me know.
Yeah.
God.
Hey, my point is I'm committed to the guys doing well. But no, sorry, Sid, it's not in the cards. Just do your thing, man. I'm not that superstitious.
Gotcha.
Maybe. But what was the hardest thing, though, down the stretch of trying to deal with it? Because, I mean, it was frustrating. It was disappointing.
A ton of changes going on that second half. Trying to find a way to connect a team that really doesn't know where we're at.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, we were battling with guys having injuries. We're having a tough second half. We were having a lot of conversations about what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest part of that was pushing past the inconsistencies of what was going on and really just focusing on what we need to do to win each day. I think we were getting too ahead of ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Focusing on the playoffs and things of that nature. I think taking it one day at a time was part that we were missing.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna. I just wanted to say, like, I think a lot of people felt that way. Like, how many people told us that, like, you guys were 2-3 years ahead of schedule, right? And so it's almost kind of like you went really high, especially in 23, and then just not even really a setback, but just kind of like leveling out last year. And everybody, I for one am super excited for this year too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great point. It's Seti. I remember. Oh, you're good. Hey, you got to do your job. I appreciate it. One thing, the adversity, failure. When you're in the minors, usually coming up. I mean, you were a great example too. You skipped high A, by the way. Yeah. Frederick was a fun time, but I mean, double A is a little bit better. But you were having so much success, and a lot of these guys, they're talented. There's no doubt about it. But I think even a guy like you had to go through that failure moment, and I think that's a big part. I think people underestimate a little bit about that. It's nothing against that these guys won't figure it out, but they were failing and having to deal with tougher times, and arguably is the most adversity that they faced on a baseball field in their career. I mean, is that how you felt when you went through that in 18, 19?
I'd say they even had a tougher time because they're getting punched in the face on a winning team.
Yeah.
And I was facing my challenges on a team that was up and down, having some moments, but for the most part struggling. Struggling heavy. So it was different for me to go back, try to figure some things out to then come up to help the team. These guys are coming in a situation where there's a lot of expectation, not only for the team, but for themselves. And I give them credit. It takes a lot to have a focus to bounce back, and I expect a lot from them. But again, one day at a time, have your process, stay true to it, the results will come.
Would you say like the pressure is either more or just different for them than it was for you?
I would say both. Yeah, I think more just in a sense of the pedigree, getting drafted first round, things of that nature, and then different in a sense of, again, coming into a team where you need some results to help the team win. It's just it's one of those things. It's not easy to balance. Take a guy like Holiday, who I think handled it very well. I think he's coming in with a fresh mindset, making adjustments to have success in the big leagues. I think that's the main thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that the expectation part, I will say that you have in your 30-30 season when the team's not expected to win 45 games or whatever it was at the time, that's so hard because you're playing for your future to prove that you can be there. That's a different one. And then the other expectation of everyone is saying that this player is going to be the next superstar, the next all-star. Oh, and by the way, you guys got to go win a World Series right now because of that. Yeah. And that's that hard part of it. So I'm excited for it. You look great though, man. You look in shape. What's out of curiosity, what's one of your favorite exercises in the off season here? If we're gonna try to do some things, maybe we got some fitness segments coming up this year. Okay. What do we got? What's on the first question? Exercise. What exercise do you like to do? It looks like the pipes are back.
Upper day always makes me look good. But there's always a huge focus on the lower half, just making sure the legs are ready to go for the full season. So we're doing a lot of deadlifts.
Ooh, okay.
Bar. We're doing a lot of lateral movements with some weights, goblin squats, things that single leg squats.
So you're doing like lateral lunges? Is that what we're kind of working
forward
on?
Lunges, lateral lunges.
Okay.
Combination of some things, really also stretches the hips out a little bit at the same time. And then hamstrings, hamstring curls, all the stuff that just fires off the back half of the legs as well.
Keep those hammies going.
Keeping them strong.
So we can get 45 bags this year. Maybe 50.
Absolutely.
I need that from you, man. Okay. So
I was gonna say, staying sort of on the same topic, we're seeing some guys getting work in the cages. We got the vibes going. We just had some Snoop Dogg. Is there a certain vibe that you're looking for in music when you're working in the cages or working out? Where are you going?
Yeah, what's on the tune?
Like what's your ideal? You're getting work in the cages. What's going on?
Yeah,
the playlist?
I go in and I'm like, hey, go to Spotify and type in chill hip hop, whatever pops
chill
up.
Hip hop.
Chill hip hop.
I love that.
I like
Cole,
You like the variety.
I do like the variety, but again, it puts you in a mindset. It's like, okay, We're getting our work in. Just relax. What you need to be relaxed while hitting.
Yeah.
So
Yes, you do.
It puts you in a state of mind of what you need when you're in the box.
Okay. The flow state. Now on the other side, because with food or maybe cooking, maybe I'm teasing a couple things here for this fitness, cooking. Said if we're gonna go favorite meals off season, you got your choice. What's on your plate if you can on a ideal Cedric Mullins food day?
Just on a day where I'm like, look, this is what I want.
Yeah. Yes.
I will crush some spaghetti.
Oh.
Nice carb load leading into the week. It helps the body recover.
Yeah.
One of my favorite meals growing up. Yeah, it's like the wife cooks it up for me. I'll cook it myself. And
Do we have a
if
certain
she
style?
does it, yeah, it's definitely a southern style mixed in there. So I cook up some ground beef or ground turkey to go in there as well with the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Mix the sauce in there, and then I'll sprinkle some sugar.
Ooh. That's a southern thing right there?
It's a little southern, so sweeten it up a little bit. Mix it in with the pasta. Good to go. It's delicious.
So do you make your own sauce or you buy your own sauce?
I buy it. Yeah. we're not at that level yet. So like the wife can make the sauce, but I'm definitely going ragu or something like that.
Okay.
Hey, he's an honest man.
That's
So he's
fine.
honest man, the vet. You can count on him for I was gonna say chill hip hop.
Yeah, chill hip hop.
You can count on him for taking care of the legs, even though it looks like you're trying to challenge Tyler O'Neill for biceps. Even though I gotta ask him later on if I don't get a chance to talk to him, you might have to just ask him for me of like, hey, what's the secret?
Arm day routine.
I mean, it's like him and Kevin are very similar body structures and types, obviously. So I'm trying to get to that level.
Just captain
obviously.
biceps.
I was like, shoot, you get that answer. Let me know too.
Yeah,
Spread the word.
If you can tell me how to run faster, that'd be great.
I can help with that. We need to be out there though.
Oh,
We got to be in live action.
I am still doing sprints.
Okay.
I mean, but sprinting doesn't. I'm not getting the top. Like my top speed might be 12 miles an hour.
Start with form work.
Form work.
That'll get
there
you
we go.
faster off rip.
Yeah.
Get some form.
What's the rest of the day look like for you? I want to make sure you're doing good. It's 8:41. You got what time? You playing today?
I am playing.
Yay!
There we go.
What?
DH.
Oh wow! Man, that's that vet. That's the vet move right there. He's getting that. Oh, hey, he said, you've been around a little bit for this. We're gonna DH you. Okay, we'll let you play center the rest of the way, but DH life, man. And you're gonna be chilling. You get maybe three.
Weird.
Yeah, 3 at bats, maybe 4.
Maybe
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Any final things I was trying to think of? Oh, we're talking about it. Cuz gave me an analogy I thought he liked Sudoku, so I thought maybe that was like a guilty pleasure for him.
Okay.
And then he's like, "Oh no, I hate it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, that was a fantastic analogy. I'm gonna say it to the next group I speak to,
Okay.
just to find out that you just hate the damn thing." It's ironic. Buck says it's therapeutic for him to write out the lineup. Is there something that's either therapeutic or like a guilty pleasure where like, you know what, I really enjoy this? Maybe it's just reading a nice novel in the morning with a coffee or tequila not in the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know. Something that's pre-game or anything like that.
It could be pre-game. Yeah. What's something that maybe just you like
during the season?
Yeah.
When we're in the flow of everything and we're at home.
Yeah.
Specifically at home.
Yeah.
Come off the field after BP, 45-minute nap.
Ooh. So you might rest your eyes for a little bit,
Rest the eyes
Kevin.
A little bit. Just calm the mind, prep it for the game, rest a little bit.
Yeah.
Re-energize the body after exerting some energy. And then we get after it.
The towel over the head? Are we going to the training room?
We
got a little air?
Room.
Oh, it's a dark room?
So as soon as you close that door, you need a light to see where you're going. So just real quick, real easy.
How long before the game is that?
It's 2 hours for it.
2 hours. Oh,
So,
I like that.
It's 45 minutes before the game.
wake up already dressed.
Yeah. Said he's full uni, laying down, mummy style, hanging out.
That's like
He just hears "Please Rise" for the national anthem. He's
There we go.
Okay.
Time to go.
like what was it Jim Harbaugh that like went in the cold plunge like
full khakis.
Yeah, belt and everything.
Yeah, you see that full khakis, man.
Wow.
So you're not to that level. Last thing said, let you get out of here. Well, actually, you're gonna have to make a. How's your golf game?
Trash.
Well, here's the thing. This is a part of our people helping people segment.
Okay.
If you make the touchdown for Gridiron Golf here, by the way, I'm gonna add more money to the pot to give away to our followers.
Okay.
So it's people helping
All right.
people. They're taking my money, so you
Okay.
can help
Okay.
them take my money if
I'm
you make the
definitely
putt.
trying to do that. Yeah.
We talk about nicknames for, you might be the vet. I got to figure out, the entertainer. Do you have a favorite nickname that was growing up in anything, or favorite nickname in baseball right now?
So let's see. Growing up, I played on a travel ball team, and my number was 30 at the time. And they nicknamed me Dirty 30 because after every single game, my uniform was absolutely toast.
Dirty 30.
Covered in dirt, covered in grass. We had to spray it down to get the stains out, let it soak a little bit. So I put my parents through some work.
Dirty 30, man. Well, I think you're still doing that, by the way. You're giving Freddie a run for his money at times. Still doing that.
He loves it.
He does love it. I love Freddie, man. He's a good dude.
Dirty, I didn't do it.
Well, okay, well, hopefully that's a lot. And hopefully, so the checklist, 30 bombs, 50 bags, win the division, go to the playoffs, pop some bottles, go to the World Series. Be fine. Well, actually, we're going to go day by day. Win a game, win opening day. How about that? Win opening day. All right, Cedric, let's have you putt. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Oh, yeah.
All right. Kev, why don't you get on and keep the people.
We will be back. I was gonna say, yeah, we could commentate it, yeah.
All right, so we got 3 shots here for City. All right, here we go. Close. Same spot, but it's getting closer. All right. Oh! Right on the edge. Yeah, up. There we go. Let's go.
It's actually great. Whatever size you want, I'll get you one. We got them all in the box. You got a large? You want a large?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all the sizes.
So I say this because every time that you guys win or lose a game,
Yeah, for those that don't know, we're starting up a merch department, and Brad, you would say these shirts are some of the comfiest you've ever worn?
Yeah, hold on. I'll
You're gonna come over? Come over.
All
right, Brad's gonna come over and display them for us. We have them out. So Brad has the black version on. I have the gray version on. You got? I'm not watching. Well, hopefully. Can you see Brad in the camera?
Yes, we see the O's are fine.
Yeah, so that's and then here's the gray.
Available maybe to purchase, or maybe
they will be.
Yeah, but maybe if you're maybe in the area right now, maybe a channel member, maybe some discounts might be headed your way. So if you want to become a channel member, we have a lot of different perks and options for you that you can get involved in. So yeah, this is the first of many for the merch department. So it's fun, exciting baseball season ahead. Let me pull up the chat so I can Ryan has it here. Let's see. This is now the Kevin Oestreicher show. We've had a change in management. Everybody's now under me. So welcome in. But yeah, it's not just going to be shirts. We're going to have a lot of other things. So if you have any merch recommendations, like if you want to see, it doesn't have to be clothing. Maybe it's like a koozie or a cup or a mug, or like if you would buy maybe Rocco shirts. I know have been a very popular, very popular potential item that we might do. So yeah, British Raven, I see. Yeah, the Rocco shirts will be those. Jessica saying stickers. Actually, that's something I thought about. Maybe we could give them out for free, and have that as an option. So yeah, Kieran, I don't know how maybe socks. Maybe that can be socks. Yetis. Yetis could be good. Stickers as well. All right, people like the stickers. I was also thinking there are a lot of other options we could do, but maybe we could even do like stuff with our faces on it, or dogs. Maybe Ollie becomes something along those lines. So yeah, this reminds me of Kevin's Corner. We kind of did away with that after a little while, but I'm holding it down while everybody's kissing babies. So they chose to do some shirt distribution, and I chose to go where the money is and take over the show, and they have no idea that it's mine now. So I've been holding it down. This is now the Kevin Oestreicher show.
This is getting crazy.
Yeah, everybody in the chat agrees. We got a shirt, and we're also talking about merch. So people want to see stickers, Yeti type things, pet merch for Ollie, and maybe Banksy Myra on there, cups, Kevin Zach React merch.
Oh, how's this look with this right now?
Yeah, I'm a.
Do we like the gray?
I look, both are great, but I prefer the gray over the. Both are great, but I prefer the gray here. Hold on.
But I think the black looks good. Whoa!
You couldn't change on. Also, I do quickly want on the record that while we were interviewing, he said Tyler O'Neill walked by and his biceps walked out the door, and then he followed like 5 seconds later.
Oh my God! Let me see what we got going on here.
A lot of merch conversation.
Yeah, it's
people are excited about the shirts.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. I might rock the black because I can't rock the same as Kevin. It's making me feel uncomfortable.
We got 2 and 2. We're the gray, and then Brad and Zach have the black shirts on. Nope. Come on.
Nope.
Why do I have to be the odd man out here? Really? But yeah, good start to the day. I don't really. Does it feel like 9 a.m. to you?
Is it? Is it 9
It's not. It's 9. 8:51 to be exact.
All right.
Games at 1:05 today. 05. Emphasis on the 05.
A lot of guys going in.
Yeah, this lighting is not doing me justice because look at this. When I turn back, my face, it's like the light in the face. Yeah. I'm gonna get sunburnt here. I'm already very sunburnt.
Yeah, I do want to say, Cole, a lot of guys going in there to get some work right now. It's called cows are walking.
Yeah, vibes are high right now. Vibes are high right now.
I was like 90% sure I saw Grayson Rodriguez walk in there with a bat, but I just don't think that makes sense. So it had to be someone
Position
else.
change. DH.
There's the announcement.
DH.
We're back.
DH said.
Yeah, said he DH, man.
I mean, Hyder saw the biceps, assumes he's a power hitter now.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
30 coming. 30.
I'll tell you what. As you guys can tell, man, I love Ced for so many reasons.
He's a great guy.
And also, I think that people do underestimate when you got to deal with things personally. And I love the fact he's starting a family. He's continued in. He's a huge family man.
Yeah.
That's also really hard and challenging as you go through a baseball season of what you got to deal with.
Right.
And, he's also a guy who doesn't make any excuses when things don't go his way. And that's also that's why you need those types of guys. And I think Ceddy he's the perfect example. He leads by people don't talk about his leadership actually a lot because he's not going to be the vocal rah guy, obviously.
Right.
But his work ethic, he's not afraid to have a conversation with you, but he's going to go and walk the walk. And when things go wrong, when he's in the trenches, he's staying there with you.
Well, and my favorite part of that was he talked about being a vet and what that entails for him. I think there's no better vet for this team than him right now, just based off everything he's gone through, how he had to grind to get here and how he had success.
Yeah.
And how he continues to have success. I mean, for a lot of young guys, you're right. Things aren't going to go everybody's way all the time. Guys will go through struggles, go through slumps. Said he's been through that himself.
Oh, hell yeah.
To have a voice in that locker, kind of like what he talked about, to be the voice in the locker room, I'm here for you.
The vet.
The vet. Shirt, put it on a shirt.
I like that nickname. We were talking about
vet.
Cedric the Entertainer and stuff. The vet might be able to.
Bold.
Yeah.
The other part here, which is amazing, also as we go through all of this, and this is my goal, and I hope for everyone that's tuning in, my style, and this is hopefully when we go to other spring trainings and have other teams on, you see the person first, and you get a better idea of how they can be as a player.
Right.
Because that really does translate for a lot of guys, or even thought processes. And for Ced, he was a guy that emphasizes on trying to be the best he can be each day. You know what I loved also? Day by day.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't thinking ahead to the
Yep.
future. Everything okay over there?
Oh,
I
yeah,
might have
I
to.
just-
I might have to bring out the sunglasses.
Oh, I might have to as well.
I might. Is that my lighting angle? Like the sun is coming in from the very corner of my eye.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I think people are liking the shirt, baby. And you
Yeah,
know
I'm
what?
telling you, we're gonna do this. Like we're gonna have a whole thing, multiple different designs. I know the O's are fine is Ryan's big thing.
Did you find one?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm trying to figure out is the sun?
Is there
Is there glare? Not on us.
It's the sun is just on your face.
On my on my forehead.
Try putting on the sunglasses.
Do we move the light? Can you have Colton move the tree? Okay, can you move the tree to block the
You
sun?
gotta pick it up and move it over.
That's not on the list right now. I can call the state of Florida and get it going with
Yeah.
Sarasota. It's all right if I'm wearing the sun.
You're good.
Yeah,
If you want to be.
I'm hopping on.
We are on right now. So this is what we told people before. We don't know who's gonna hop on here. So we had Cuz, we had Buck, Ced.
I was told.
This is
to come
Colton
when I had a
Cowser.
break.
You had a break? Well, thank you.
Yeah, I had a break. So
You look great, by the way.
thank you. You did too.
How you doing?
Is that what kind of is that meaning by the looks department?
But what? Like
Yeah,
looks?
they're fine.
Yeah, you're
Well, I
fine.
mean, like,
You're fine.
well, actually,
you can
you
do
can be
whatever
whatever
you want it to
you
mean. You can
be.
do whatever you want it to mean.
like that.
Social media can be a wild,
No.
fun place.
No way.
You know, what's-
Really?
you know
People
what's
are calm on
I
social
know.
media.
very
yeah.
calm,
Yeah.
very calm. You know, my favorite thing is if you guys don't play well, it's still my fault on social media. I don't know why. Yeah, apparently it is. But so I use the phrase here: when things were good, the O's are fine. When things are bad, the O's are fine. So
Like
I
the
said, you
Chinese
know what?
farmer.
Yeah,
You never know if it's a good or bad thing.
throw it on a shirt.
You know?
This thing is super comfortable, by the way.
I love it. It
If
looks
you
like
want
it might
one, you can
shrink,
have
though.
one. It could shrink.
We haven't tested it yet.
We haven't. I
Yeah,
literally,
a machine wash test.
Yeah.
I
Little
just
dryer?
got it out, and
I
yeah,
like it.
so they're all over there, by the way. But anyway, the motto is you gotta walk the walk. It's a grind. You're gonna go through the ups. You're gonna go through the downs.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
all part of it there.
Absolutely.
But so, how are you feeling so far? I know the hand's good. We already tested that at the winter meetings. Wow.
Look at that.
that thing weighs
at
at
least
least
2
5 pounds. This
Yeah.
is fine.
Or
Actually,
actually, that's probably like 5 to 10.
It is.
Yeah,
You're correct
yeah.
because we went to the Super Bowl and
you had to
our one
fly?
bag was overweight, so we had to take out the slabs, and each one was 5 pounds. So you
Yeah.
could do some shoulder care if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Yeah. So how's spring been?
It's good. It's good. Yeah, just been getting going, getting the body right. Just taking it day by day.
Yeah. What do I have to go get Vespi?
Yeah, what was that about?
What was that about, Nick?
Hey, I
Unbelievable.
tried to say something to him, but he didn't say anything until he texted me after the game. So it was funny though because I was going up there, Grant Anders, in our dugout on the pitching side. I go, hey, you think he's like still working on that sinker? I was like, he like was trying to throw it last year at the end of the year, blah blah blah. He was like, I doubt it. He didn't really locate it all that great. I was like, all right. Which I mean, he can locate it. And then so I was sitting there and I was like, new team. I was like, he's probably just going to be a cutter slider like normally.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Sinker, first pitch, right in the arm. I was like, all right, sick. That was
Amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
Hey, weird guys in spring training are trying different things out here. Who would have thought there, especially last year when Corbin tried throwing a pitch that he never throws in the regular season game. But I digress.
That's all it's about.
Thank
it's like
you.
You look at it from from like a spring training perspective, it's like guys are working on things. They're trying different things out to take into the season, and it's like, take it with a grain of salt.
You got to. I mean, that's the part of it. And how you viewed spring training last year is even different than this year.
Mhm.
You were trying to
1000%.
make the team. You're trying to figure out what you could be. Now you have a more defined role as far as what you can do. Now you got to go out there and walk the walk, but it's a level of growth. Last year we talked to you about what it was like from first, tasting the bigs. Then you got to the bigs, did some cool things. There was a Rookie of the Year award that I think could have gone to you in Baltimore, but I'm very biased. I'm not afraid to say that. I was Team Cowser on that.
Thank you.
I voted for you on my own. I don't have a vote yet.
Yeah,
I did. I could write in.
Could have mailed in.
I'll talk to corporate about that. So, last year though, it was you trying to figure out how to be a part of something if you're not going to be called upon, and then you were called upon because you kept having success. What'd you take away now from last year, now heading into this year, as like the process on the mental side for it?
Just how long of a year it is.
Long year.
I'd say, different from the minor league side. It's, coming up the minor leagues, it's just like you're getting yourself ready to be in the big leagues. And it's more of like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? Like each game, it's like you're not putting as much mental fortitude into each minor league game. But like whenever you're in the big leagues, it's like, things weigh a little bit more, it feels like.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing is just having a good routine post game.
Yeah.
That's something I was a little inconsistent with sometimes last year. It was better in the second half. And I think that's something that when it comes to winding down and decompressing after games, it's just as important as just having like a good time frame of like, all right, I'm going to be in bed between 12:30 and 1 and waking up between, 9:30 and 10:30. Just one of those things like that. It's really good to have during season.
Yeah, I think that there's so many intricacies that you got to go through it. You can understand it, and then you got to go through it and walk it. And then we're in the bigs the whole year. You have a great rookie year, but you learn a lot, and you can't learn it unless you are there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a long time. And the part I was telling them, it's the only time all year now that you're going to be in the same spot for more than 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
If there's a homestand or you're on the road, but 6 weeks you're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's sunny.
It's awesome.
I mean, you get sun all the time in the off season, but
yeah, yes and no. I'd say we were actually talking about this last night. But I was like, being in where I'm at in Texas, it's like I probably get the whole year. I probably get 5 weeks of cold. Was my guess.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like late January in Texas. It gets kind of cold, and then I'm out here, and then probably the first 3 weeks of season, depending on where we're playing at.
Yeah.
But it looks like this year we got some cold series in April, so
might be a little chilly.
Yeah,
might be a little chilly. Or you're going up to Toronto, you'll be okay. You got to keep the hand warmers on you. It'd be good.
Fine.
What I forgot I was going to ask you. You know what? We might be doing some fun things this year. Couple segments that might be added to it, so maybe I'll talk to you about that in the future. Fitness. Give me one exercise you like.
In what aspect?
Is it like yoga? Is it anything?
I like ISO squats.
ISO squats.
Yeah, like beginning of the off season, just.
So you're just holding the position.
Oh yeah, at the bottom.
Holding at the bottom.
Or like eccentrics.
Kevin, write that down.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Some hamstring stuff. I like hamstrings.
And then last things I think you got to get going on time. But when's their meeting?
I don't think I do.
Is he okay? Never mind. You're staying right here.
She's probably mad at me because
What'd you do?
I just walked up here and didn't tell anyone else coming on here.
Jackie, I swear I didn't. He just walked over here. I told him I did ask him if he could move the sun. He said he couldn't do that for me.
Me and Jackie have been beefing a little bit.
Yeah, the beef's real.
Yeah. Where you going? All right. You want to come on? We should have I told Jackie too. I want her to putt for Gridiron Golf. People, you're going to do this, by the way. You make a putt when we're done. People are going to take my money. You make a putt, I add it to the pot, and then we're going to give away to one of our followers. So just visualize an attack in a moment. Well, yeah, I think Jackie would be someone great to have on because it's like the inner circle of Orioles PR.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
She's
agree.
got great stories about former players or whatever.
All the stories. All the stories.
She's shaking her head.
Yeah. She's shaking her head yes. Shaking her head yes to come on.
Not vertically, horizontally.
Yeah.
There you
sure.
go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So ISO squats. We hold him for like a minute and
No,
a half.
heck no, like 5 seconds.
No.
at the most.
You're not supposed to say because he's gonna try this.
Yeah,
Kevin's
I'm
been
getting on a
supposed to-
workout routine.
Is that what you're doing? Are you
I'm
picking and
trying.
choosing right now?
I am.
Well, I'm gonna tell him to do it.
Yeah,
but we're all gonna
whatever
do
he
it.
says goes.
Are you
So
gonna build
he's
a nice
getting
gym out
stuff.
at the studio?
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
One day.
But we got a couple things. I'll tell you. I can't tell people now because it has to start when baseball season starts.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
But then I will say this. We're gonna have a cooking thing in the studio.
I love that.
So the Iron Rooster.
Okay, nice.
Kyle, we're gonna have some cooking things. Do you have a favorite dish?
I'll tell you what. My parents were actually down here recently, and we didn't really have dinner plans that night. But I asked my mom. My mom makes this poppy seed chicken.
Oh,
very good. And she came over and actually made it for the whole house. So we had like 2 like massive casseroles of poppy seed chicken.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, those leftovers. I had it for like the next 2 days.
I
got scared about a drug test because the poppy seeds.
I forgot about that.
Oh, wow.
I was sitting there. My mom was like, "Just take a picture of the meal, like show them, just in case something happens." And I was like, "Mom, I think we're gonna be okay."
What would that come out as a failed drug test?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think they say like heroin or something like that. It's like
Oh, sick.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
I always thought about that with I remember that when they said that. It said, "Oh, by the way, like just don't have too much poppy seeds." I'm like, "Well, what is that?"
Well, I had a
supposed to
lot of
entail?
poppy seed chicken, so I think we're okay though.
You're
You're
okay. I
good.
think you live to tell the tale.
I feel like there's always those moms that do that, like where they'll make the whole house a dinner. I was just about to say, like
Nancy,
Nancy is.
Oh yeah.
She made us a whole giant tub of cookies to come
I
down
had
with.
3 the first night. And when we got down here, we drove 15 hours to get down here, and then I ended with Nancy giving Nancy's chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, I had to take them away from you.
Yeah, it was a problem.
They are
So
addictive.
it's a huge problem. Poppy seed chicken.
Well, that's like one of my favorite things my mom makes. So it's nice to kind of have a home cooked meal out here.
Yeah.
Kind of rare, you know.
Yeah. Don't get that too often.
We've been kind of grilling at the house too. Westy, Chef Burger.
Chef Burger.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is he the best chef?
Well, he's the one grilling.
That's the one. He's a master class for that. Does he teach a master class for grilling? No,
I doubt it.
You wouldn't recommend it to a friend for?
I would.
You would?
Rutch actually made a pretty good skirt steak too.
Oh,
which was nice. He marinated with all kinds of stuff.
I haven't had breakfast yet, so now this is.
Pop inside real quick. You need a couple hard-boiled eggs? I can go grab you a couple.
Maybe
it's still right down the gullet.
It is one bite. Everyone knows the rule.
I eat hard-boiled eggs in the morning.
I eat them all the time.
It's easier.
It's great nutrition.
Yeah, it's easier.
The
all these people making fancy omelets in there. I'm like, give me the hard-boiled.
You're not
eggs.
asking for the hey, I'll take some spinach, tomato.
No,
some
it's
sausage?
usually like a bacon or sausage into like whatever our hash brown is for the day, whatever potato.
Ooh.
And we usually got either like a French toast or like a pancake for the carbs.
Yeah.
And then I'm usually bowl of fruit, hard-boiled egg, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then avocado.
Okay.
Just eat the avocado.
Why? Yeah, the avocado's phenomenal.
Yeah, so that's my breakfast.
If you want salt, pepper, poppy seed on there, then a chef's kiss.
Perfect.
I meant to baseball question. Just thought about this. Have you had an ABS the system yet? Have you done the tap?
I haven't done any in spring, but I
think
had
you
it in AAA.
Yeah. I mean, how do you think it's going so far?
I think I was at like a 95% clip. I felt pretty good about it.
You felt pretty good about that?
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it.
So how does it look so far with some of the challenges? The ebbs and flows feel weird to you because you already exposed to it in AAA?
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's kind of funny to see some of the guys who've been in the league for a while and they're just like testing it out. Like you can tell it's like there's been a couple late challenges, but like I think the other day Rutch was catching and I think Correa took a pitch and just kind of sat there. He's like, yeah, I'll see where that's at. And just like tapped his helmet, just see where that. It was in the zone, but he was just, I think it's just kind of a cool little experiment right now.
Yeah. No, I've wondered that too. I laughed really hard when Trey Turner ball right down Broadway. Hey, to Scherzer.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Great.
I'm curious how it's all going to play out, but for this year, we know what it's going to be and it's all going to be good. We talked earlier, the wall's actually moving out, not in, if you didn't hear that change.
Okay, cool. Doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah. I thought you had Oppo Power.
It does affect me, but I'm
Just kidding. I joked with Mountie about that a while ago. He didn't really like that joke. Is he here?
Yeah, I think so.
That's okay.
He'll pop it. I think what time is it?
It's 9.
It's like 9.
9:08.
Yeah, he's probably in the cage. His cage H9 was at 9.
Yeah, you guys were a little bit later today because I didn't see the schedule because we were traveling a little bit yesterday. Were you in there last night?
I was not.
You in there today?
I'm in there today.
Are you
Am I
playing?
allowed to say that on live? Sorry, guys.
No, you can. Well, Cedric already
Yeah.
told us what's happening. So
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah,
Okay.
lineup's already out.
Okay, then we're good then.
You playing center?
Me today? Yeah, I think so. I
Just
need to
wondering.
go look. I've been alternating every.
That's good. No, I just said he was all pumped about DH, so that's why I
Okay,
was
Sed's
like,
DH, and then I might be playing center.
Hey!
Because you said
Yeah.
Sed was playing, I was like, oh, okay, I thought I was playing center field.
yeah. Hey, sorry to keep you on your toes there, man.
Yeah.
No, it's
Which we actually had a UFO here the other day.
Wait, what?
It was
Whoa.
in the outfield. Me and Sed were the only guys that saw it, but it was actually it was a debris from one of the SpaceX things, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I think
So
it was
Oh, wow.
there was
thing.
some
I
legitimacy to
don't know
your.
if it exploded over
It
like
did.
the Bahamas or something.
Yep.
Well, guess what? It made it all the way over here, and it was like this white bright light, and it just had like almost an aura thing just floating around it.
So did you
And I
yell
said-
to
I
each
said,
other?
Sed, what is that? We're warming up between innings. I go, Sed, what is that? He goes, what is that? And then we're just staring out there for like however long, and then all of a sudden it like gets over the batter's eye. And I swore it picked up speed and just took off, but I was wrong.
You were wrong.
But also, it felt like it was way closer than it actually was. It felt like it was just like right over here, but I guess it was way in the atmosphere, way back.
Yeah, it's not close by
No,
any
it was
means.
not. It
It's
was
not
not
close.
But it felt close.
It felt close. You could see it. You could sense it.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
It's a little fun fact.
Do you have
about the
any-
outfield there?
Yeah.
Usually, you see everything going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have any sightseeing? I mean, I had mine when I would play first, or you're near close to the rail of the fans.
Yeah.
Do
I mean-
you have any favorite sightseeing you've had in the last year or so, or that you remember? You can tell me later, but you can think
I'm
about
trying to
that.
think. Honestly, it's just random stuff. You're just like, oh, okay, that's a weird thing to go on a baseball game. Like,
Yeah.
something like that. The kid was asleep last year. That was funny. There was a
Oh,
clip of
yeah.
that. Whenever I like jumped into the net and the kid was just
Knocked out.
asleep, I was
Yeah.
like, dang, are we that boring? Like,
Hey, you know what? Honestly, you guys are a fun bunch.
yeah,
That's
we try
kind
to
of
have
why like,
fun.
we're here to kind of showcase that. And I know you guys articulate that a lot. And I know there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of good things that are going on right now. And I know the other thing too, I've already put in the universe. Like I said, there's not going to be one more other injury issue. I've already taken care of it. I talked to the script's already out, so the script's already written.
O's are
Everyone's
fine.
going to be there. The O's are fine.
Those are fun.
The O's are fine,
That's
and
right.
they're also fine. They're very
You
good
never know
looking.
if it's a good or
Yes.
bad thing.
They're
you
very
know?
good look. Hey, you know what? If we're gonna say good looking, that's what you thought the shirt first meant, was like
Yeah.
on your.
I was just flattered. A little
Yeah,
bit, 'cause
I
feel
mean-
like we have a pretty good looking team.
You
They-
do.
They are
You know?
fine.
They
Yeah,
are.
they're fine.
The O's are fine.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, top 5 in the league, maybe. I don't know.
Well, except for Tyler Wells.
Tyler looked rough today. He looked rough
Yeah.
walking in. I'm glad. I'll tell that on air to him. I told it to his face. I go, buddy, you look
Yeah.
rough.
We actually, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, he said, you know, they were getting together, but he's also not always the best morning person. He's a good kid though. I like him
Yeah,
a lot.
absolutely. Great
And
guy.
we like him. Hey, you might appreciate this then for
What
a
we
question
got,
real quick.
we got any good fan chatter?
I'll get that.
The fan.
But,
card-
when you
I
were
like to read
on,
it.
you talking
I
about
like
your
the
TV
chat.
shows. You when you were around at winter meetings, you
Yes,
were on
yes.
your Modern Family.
I
And
finished it. Yep.
You did,
Uh-huh.
and then New
What did I start
Girl.
grinding. I'm trying to remember what I started.
I think you said
watching.
you were going to watch The Office at some point.
Nah, I didn't end up doing that. When
Did you end
I
up watching
start-
anything else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I started. Oh, you know, I went back on my Star Wars kick.
Oh,
Yeah, I went
okay.
back. I started
Like
grinding
the full,
Clone
like all
Wars,
the way.
Clone Wars again.
Okay.
Started watching that. My girlfriend and I, she'd never seen all of them in a row, so that was kind of like a prerequisite. Like, hey, you need to watch these.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that you have to.
And we did it before we went to Disney World in Orlando before we got out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that photo.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. But I got back on my Star Wars grind, started grinding Clone Wars. Actually watched Rebels within like probably a week.
Ooh.
It's one of my favorite TV
Yeah.
shows. So
Okay. I was gonna say because you're very you're very personable, enthusiastic. You like to have a good time, but also then you probably would share like what are those like, a guilty pleasure that you would like is whether it's a song, an activity. So like for instance, I explained earlier, JoJo the artist, Too Little Too Late. Like it's just too little too late. I love that song.
it's a great
I'm
song.
not afraid to admit that. I'm a
It's a great
huge
song.
female pop guy.
Okay.
Okay. And
All
I
right,
love all
I'm trying to
types of
think.
music, but I mean, at the time when you're younger, you're afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
You know, like Mike Bauman, his song, he loves Bleeding Love.
Yeah.
So I don't care what they say. I'm
I
in
would
love with
say-
you, you know?
I would say this one's kind of funny. It's I can belt out some Louis Capaldi sad boy music.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
wow. Okay. Okay.
Is that-
Just
is
driving
that-
in there. I could be the happiest person in the world no matter what I'm doing that day. But like if I just put on some Louis Capaldi, I could sing the crap out of it.
Is that the
Oh.
one
I suck at
song-
singing though.
I mean, do you think I have a great voice?
Yeah, I think you could.
Well, I don't, but
You got a
thank
good
you.
rasp to you.
I mean, I could word a good poem. I could make the song a good poem, right, Kevin?
Yeah, you do.
Let me
Yeah.
put my
Although you were
poems in
belting
you.
out songs in the car. You
I
weren't afraid
was.
to show it.
Yeah, how was the drive?
Long,
Long,
but good.
15
Long but good.
hours.
It's not bad.
Yeah, Kevin said
Where'd
he
y'all
wanted to
stop?
drive, but what?
Just stop. Hold on, stop. Stop in what? Durham?
No,
No.
That's a little out
we
of
went
the way.
past South Carolina, past south of the border. Yes,
Savannah?
we went to. We
Did y'all
did stop
in
at
Savannah?
Savannah.
Yeah,
We did
yeah.
stop in Savannah.
I've made that
15
drive
hours.
a couple times. So
You have?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Not-
good.
yeah, mainly on when I was breaking to go to like.
Oh, that's right. I
Aberdeen
forgot
and-
about
and
that.
Norfolk. Yeah.
I forgot that that's actually what you did before you're in the bigs and got on the big bird. You
Yeah.
were driving up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit nicer.
Now the cars get shipped, so it's cool.
Man, tough. The perks.
Tough league,
The
yeah.
tough league when you get up there, but the
Still got to pay for it. You know,
yeah, there's that part
team
too.
doesn't comp it. You know?
No, that's that one thing that
But I've always wondered. It's like no, like I'd rather drive like how like you can't like you physically can't like you have to pay for it.
You have to
in a
pay
way.
for it. Well, yeah, you do. I don't think the team's gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna drive this car up. Then, well, hey, you know what? I'm gonna catch that flight to Toronto now. No, you
Yeah.
gotta be rested. I will say the back got
But
a
that's
little
actually a good
stiff.
point. Now that I think about it, it's like you could get like yeah. All right, I'll talk to Charles.
Yeah, there you go. But
Just
overall,
leverage myself into a free car shipment.
Yeah, right. There you go.
I honestly, hey, I'm Colton Cowser here, and this is no place ships your car better than
Blank.
fill in sponsor right here. Yeah, no, it was but the drive was good. I think combined, I only slept an hour before we got on the road.
Smart
Zach didn't sleep.
for sure. Smart.
Kevin, yeah,
Yeah,
very
I rested
smart.
my eyes because I was gonna offer.
y'all
I
rotate?
offered
Who
to drive.
drove?
He drove the whole way. I offered.
That's a pride thing. I
yeah.
love that.
It
Oh,
was
it
a
was.
pride.
Oh,
that.
he admitted it too. No.
I love driving. I love driving, but it's weird though because like if I'm doing a road trip like that, I like driving by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Is
just,
that and
I
then
love
that,
windshield
is-
time.
is
I
that
just-
when do you belt out Louis Capaldi then by yourself, or will you do that with others?
I usually throw a show on, but I won't like watch it all the way. It's just like I just kind of have it on. and,
That's
like,
exactly
In the
what I do.
background, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I watched. What was it? The Designated Survivor all the way down.
On it? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I get in my feels too much.
'Cause I
I
drove by.
playlist rip.
I drove by myself, but
See,
I did.
I don't do. I'll do music every once in a while, but like I don't know. I think it helps pass the time. It's like oh, I've watched half a season of Modern Family already, and now I'm
Yeah,
4 hours down the road or whatever it is, whatever show it is.
It does pass the time. Like it's the same thing. Just it is nice.
But I'm not necessarily watching it. It's just like
no,
kinda
no,
like,
no. It's
Right.
it's
You're listening,
you're hearing it and you're driving and it's great. Now I think the Louis Capaldi song. I'm now fixated on this.
so
Yeah,
we
it was
got-
someone you
Well,
loved.
so people want to know if are you a Mario Kart guy? Do you play Mario Kart? Who do you play? Who's your main?
So
guy.
we actually we discussed it in the house, and Gunnar and I were winning a lot because other people were just picking
Yeah.
their favorite whatever. Like they were
Yeah.
had terrible builds, and I don't remember the exact same. I don't remember the names of the cart and everything, but I'm usually using Yoshi with.
Okay.
I went on Reddit and found ourselves a nice build out.
There's a lot of information on Reddit.
Yeah,
Good and bad. Yeah.
and it's like the teddy bear car. I don't know what it's called, and then like the button wheel, not the button wheels, the red small wheels, and then the cloud glider. So we all use that now to like. It's like now there's no.
So you
excuse of, like-
you started it.
Yeah, it was. It used to be Wario with the like Beetle Bug car. I don't know what it was. It was like the little carriage with the same red wheels and cloud glider. So,
So you say you're the best in the house.
it's between Gunnar and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between Gunnar and I, we each have like our better
Wh-
courses.
Which Mario Kart is this specifically? Is this
the
on
Switch.
Oh, it's a
Mario
Switch?
8
I was gonna say
Deluxe,
like,
I think.
I'm a big N64 guy going back to like the OG original.
They got those courses on there.
I actually have N64 in the studio too. So anytime you want to see if your original gaming skills are good,
Okay.
or I can
Yeah.
lend it to you, the backpack, and take it on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we just started. I'm probably going to do switch a whole lot more this year.
I feel like that's a quietly become a go-to.
Well, and I
Yeah.
loved it. During COVID. I grinded Breath of the Wild. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Zelda.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like my favorite game of all time. And I got Tears of the Kingdom whenever I was hurt in 23. I got it down here. And then I like opened my Switch the other day and like loaded up the game, and it was like last played was July 9th of 23. I'm like,
Perfect.
all right. I
Yeah.
might just need to restart the game in general because I have no idea where I'm doing right now.
Oh gosh, sorry. I've been trying to look up the lyrics to exactly the song. I think you can. So is that when now the day bleeds and the night fall and you're not here to get me through it all? That's what it was. I let my guard down and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kind of used to being someone you love. See, like
Wow.
We'll
That was
work-
beautiful. That was beautiful.
we'll work on that.
It's a
Like
great melody.
it is. It's so
Yeah.
you get into sad guy feels.
Yeah, but I'm not really
Yeah.
sad. It's just
I know you like
he's
to
got a
belt
great
it out.
voice. He's got a great
That's the
voice.
same. That's how I
I'm
feel
like,
with
you know,
that.
sometimes in the car, I will just watch Teddy Swims covers on YouTube
Oh, he's good.
on the street.
Oh,
he
Like,
is good.
he-
All right, we got. Are you a big milk guy? Drink milk? Yeah.
Hey, what other nicknames you like then? If people are gonna call you the milkman, like, do you like nicknames? Is there any nickname you like out there? No one's talking about. Is there any
I
good
have
nicknames
one, but
here?
it's like my PlayStation or like my gaming name. so
Okay,
I
you don't have
can't
to give
say it.
that away.
I'm not saying it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
keep,
do that.
Keep that. Yeah.
What like we're trying to figure out, like we want to have nicknames back, and I know there are, but it's not like Big Dumper out in Cal with Cal
we call
Raleigh.
Westy Sarge
Okay,
Sorry.
I like that a lot.
or Burger,
Burger,
Iceberg.
iceberg. The iceberg. Oh God,
Rush doesn't really have any.
yeah, he's
Who-
kind of boring.
Who did Cuz say Tugboat was?
Tugboat's
Tugboat's
Aiken,
Aiken, yeah.
and very dude, very fitting for Keegan.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
fitting
good
for.
one. Yeah, we don't really have any other ones. Now that I'm thinking about it. Sad, big sad. That's simple though.
We might.
Yeah.
We might have.
Well, Sed came on here and said we said the vet is what.
I said you're the vet now. He goes.
Oh, Captain. O'Hearn. I started calling it.
You called Captain O'Hearn.
So no. I started calling him Captain.
Okay.
Oh, Captain, my
Because
captain.
we hit during the off season, and I was like, dude, like we're gonna be in the meeting room this year, and like you're the captain now. I was like, Captain. That was before we signed
I like that.
O'Neal, and so
Oh
now we have two O's. And
Yes.
like we've been mixing them up out there.
Yeah. Is
'Cause
he?
We'll just say O, and they're both like.
Is that was their nickname O before?
I guess both. I mean O'Neal and O'Hearn. It's
So, like,
O'Hearn,
O.
O'Hearn, we always just call O. Like,
Yeah. Because you can't call anyone their actual name in baseball.
well, it's like it's weird though. It's like I usually call Mountie, but
Yeah.
it's like the other day we were in the house and I said Ryan, and he was like, "Ugh, don't say
It
that."
feels naked
Yeah,
when you say it
or
that
if
way.
I say Jordan,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, people only call me, mainly people just call me Rip. No one really calls me Ryan. Some other names in Norfolk that I got called I cannot say on here.
I think I know one of them.
I'm
Selmeyer
afraid.
told me.
Who told you?
Selmeyer.
Is
You
that
should
the
have
one-
him on. You should have him
I
on.
want to
here.
have Adam on here. That's the one we can't say on here. Is he the one I
Yeah.
think you're thinking
Yeah,
of?
Yeah, it is.
Well, is he here right now?
No, I wish.
Oh.
He's at Twin Lakes right now. I texted him last night because he actually picked my walk-up song like 2 years ago. The work by Gangstar.
Yeah.
So I
Do
texted him last night. I was driving and I was like, "Hey, I need a new walk-up song this year." So
Do we have any?
Yeah, someone asked, "What's your walk-up song?"
Do we have any? Do we have any
No, I don't-
candidates?
I have a couple in mind. One of them's kind of like not your typical walk-up song, like, but it's not anything crazy. It's not like exotic or anything like that. But it's just kind of like a different kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And we're gonna.
You're gonna
test
give
the
it a try?
waters. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
So we could be in for
I don't know
something
how it's
different.
apparently we
So,
got a new sound system, so I don't know.
so we got to. So what you're saying is be open to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the songs that kind of get like Gunnar is great. Gunnar gets the crowd into it. Like,
And
I think,
that's a-
Stotts is cool over in Philly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, kind of getting like the whole crowd into it is cool.
People also Sweet Escape, female
Oh,
pop.
there you
People love it.
Yeah.
Honey, come here.
I feel like one of my favorite
PR director.
she's gonna hate us. One of my
Oh, that's
favorite
fine. I'm
unique walk-up songs was JJ Hardy's. It was the theme song to Gone in 60 Seconds.
Hey, did you tuck that thing?
Kev, you mind?
Yeah, up.
I actually left mine at home.
Wait, what is that thing called
No,
again?
don't even show it. Don't even talk about it. Right
I
now.
know I had one of those, Mountie.
You're in a camera shot right now, dude.
Also, by the way, when you're done, you're gonna try to help putt if that's okay.
Well, honestly, I've been on here for
You're
what,
good.
20
You
minutes
can,
now?
you can stay with them or go. If you got to go, you got to go.
No, we were talking about walk-up songs.
Yeah.
What are you going with this year?
Just about to see.
Breathing hard.
Yeah, why are you breathing so hard?
So, I took a bunch of ground balls and just hit, and it's getting a little hot out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Aren't you a Florida man?
I know. Oh yeah,
Central Florida.
It's hot.
You look good,
You
man.
don't have
Thank
your
you.
walk-up song yet?
We'll see. I got some options.
No, we were
there's
listening in the car last night.
Oh,
listen.
somebody suggested the milkshake song.
The Kaiser.
I did do that once.
by
I
Kellis.
did hit a double during the game when I did it, but then we got rid of them.
What yeah, so I'm curious what yours will be. You look good though, by the way.
Thank you.
Good mustache, good
Thank
goatee.
you. Thank you. That's
Is
all I
that
got,
is that
though.
the staple for this year?
Yeah. No, I don't. I can't grow anything else. So that's just what we're going with.
Your cheeks are coming in.
You think?
So
what never mind.
we were
What did
talking.
we call Westy yesterday again? What was it?
I'm not saying.
Never mind.
Certain nicknames we can't say, just like you can't tell people
we were
Adam's
talking about
nickname
Westy,
for
we were
me.
talking about Westy's beard
Yeah.
because Westy's got a beard now.
Yeah.
He looks good with the
No,
beard.
I like the beard on
The
him.
beard's
He
a
looks
good look
good.
for him.
You guys can pull it off. See, the O's are fine. You know, you can look.
Did
like
you know
that.
that
Those are fine.
that meant like we look good?
Oh yeah.
It can mean
It's a
whatever you
double
want it to
entendre.
mean.
We'll take
Yeah,
that.
it's a
Yeah.
double. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly. Is that the correct phrase?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
You're smart.
yeah, I did. There was actually a petition back in Baltimore with the wall back, and I signed it for you.
Oh, back in.
No, back out.
Oh, back out. Thanks. Yeah. No, we should just make it further back.
You know what?
Gotta
As
hit it
far
out
as
of the
you can.
stadium.
Yeah. You do
Under the
have,
roof.
you can do it. I do tell people it does mess with me. But I'm really excited to see the ball moved in.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be harder to play left field now.
No, you know what?
No.
It's
But
gonna.
I mean, not harder. Bring different challenges.
Okay, that's a
Because
good
it's
word.
like it
Matt,
used to be when a ball was hit over your head, you could just run as hard as you can. Now there's a corner right behind
Yeah,
your left shoulder.
That's
was
a
just
very
gonna
good
say, Are you
point.
afraid of the corner right now? Is that in your head? Because when the renderings
the
were
fun
put
part
out,
is
a lot of people.
the fun
were like,
part is
"Ooh."
we won't get to see it until our first game
Boston. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because we won't get a day to work.
I
after
can't
that.
wait
Yeah.
though when you hit one maybe right off the end or it's a little bit jammed because you got some juice so you can get it out there. Humble
Stupid
brag
bat
for you.
shit.
Yeah. And then it's just gonna be popped up and you're like, I might have it.
I have a chance.
Oh, and it's gone.
It's gone.
It
And
was
that relief on your face.
Yes.
it was crazy to see how many home runs would have been hit last season had with
926.
The new
Remember, you
wall.
gotta go. You gotta
What
go.
was it? I didn't
Going
see
It was-
that.
second.
I think it was 18,
And just putt.
18 total for the club.
Okay.
I love the
18
fun.
more jacks.
Yeah, put it out
last
for
year.
us.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
I think Adley would have had 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I told people I thought you were the best pure hitter when I was coming through, and I was like,
Appreciate
but
that.
that's other than that, like he roasts me. I'm not gonna out you for your hot dog take. I didn't forget about that, by the way. Hey, you got so his what at the putt? So this is what happens. Why are you? Hey, you're trying to help our subscribers. You get 3 putts.
Look to the left or right.
The amount you can.
Left to right.
Like that. I told you.
Boom!
Oh!
That's left to right.
Hey, do you have a guilty pleasure song? I know you had the people you were very good at. Lewis. Louis Capaldi. Yeah, we
both like
Sierra Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah.
Capaldi. I told people before I'm a big female pop guy, so like
Yeah.
JoJo, Too Little, Too Late is where I
Okay.
get in my feels.
Okay.
Do you have songs that you like?
Man, I got a lot of like
See ya.
older songs. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got go real quick. Make a putt real quick and leave.
Oh geez.
Yeah, go.
All right,
Go.
I'll
See ya.
put one with-
Or you can just go. It's not gonna. Oh no! Here, don't forget this.
Thanks, fellas. Kevin, you need to apply some sunscreen to that neck, big boy.
Yeah,
It's
getting red.
it's
It
looking
was
painful.
red this morning.
No, yeah, but it's looking even like it's real red. It's looking painful.
Where is it?
Zach said he has. Zach, did you have it on you?
Hey. So guys, appreciate
Just
it.
looking out for a brother.
They got meetings going on. They got to get ready for, especially for the guys that are playing today. O's play at
We're
1
gonna hear
o'clock.
about that one probably.
What?
About Mountie. Just
What?
coming on with gloves and all.
Well, again, for
That's
the
Colton.
record,
We're gonna blame it on Colton on that one.
it's all on Colton.
Yeah, we have a new PR director here.
I think.
I just want to say I love the double entendre now we got with the O's are fine.
Yeah, the O's
Colton
are
saying that. I
Top-
love that's the first thing he
We
thought
should-
of.
we-
I also
that-
love that you said double entendre.
Yeah, double entendre.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think.
big words.
Big
on my
word.
Yeah.
vocabulary.
But you know,
word,
if you're new to
Kevin.
the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We got a lot of things planned for this year, but this is our welcome back, and we're doing it big right now to welcome back here in down in spring training in Sarasota here. Beautiful, by the way. I'm gonna have to put some sunglasses on a little bit, but beautiful day. Getting a little bit of the insights. When we get back, we'll talk more about what we've seen and what's going on overall. But so far, got a chance. Cowser, Mountie, Cuz, Buck said it's been a good day so far.
Hey, we got a great turnout too. Got about 110 on YouTube watching.
Tuning in live here. So again, new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We're gonna have a lot of baseball conversations and content throughout the year. And for those, actually, I'll tell you guys all here right now, we are changing our show days and stop traffic. We're adding a day. So right now we're looking to do shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting around 2:30. And we're going to run for 2 hours. I got to do my work with pregame radio, but we're also going to have a lot of content activities coming your way. We mentioned a cooking segment might be coming your way. We might be having a cocktail segment coming your way.
That'll be fun.
Shout out Deep Eddie. And we have some fitness things in play that we cannot talk about just yet.
Yes.
So I cannot wait to see what's going on here.
We
and
probably could talk about it.
what?
Hasn't
Nah,
that
not yet.
that's been
We got what I
that's
think
officially official though,
It's
right?
officially official, but we might be having like a rollout. So
Oh,
to
I
speak.
see. Okay.
We might have a
okay.
rollout.
I'm
with
with
it.
you now. I got you.
Yeah. So it's gonna be great. And we also are having some new elements that are coming to the show as well. We're gonna have more fan engagement, being boots on the ground. We're gonna have not just live show, we're gonna have pre-recorded content as well, and a lot of ways to get more people involved. That's our big goal here, and that's why being down here, give you insights, give you exposure. And the reason why we try to keep it light, at the end of the day, I know people want to look at the wins and losses and how can the team get better.
Yeah.
But again, a huge part of it is understanding what is going on with the players behind the scenes, how they are as individuals, and realizing that things, so much more good that goes into actually going out there and having success. It's not as just cut and dry of, hey, you sign a guy, he's a talented player. Quite frankly, we want to look at signings over the years. Are you guys okay?
Look,
I didn't know Kevin was going to be
We're
switching
having
off.
we're having a sunscreen exchange.
hold on. You can see how red his neck is. Go into this middle camera here.
Do I want to do this
Turn,
real? Do I
yeah,
wanna
turn
do
around.
this?
Turn around. Just face your put back to the middle
Yeah.
camera. Oh my god! It's so bad. It's so red.
Can you position
Stay
it?
there.
It's so
You're
red,
right there.
dude.
Stay right there.
It's so red. It's so
Okay.
Is it
red.
bad?
Yeah.
I can't see
It's
it.
really
No,
red.
it's no, it looks great,
I mean,
sweetie.
it hurts. But
Yeah, so yeah, people are saying Kevin's a ghost. I've tried to like adjust the camera because Kevin is so white. There's just no hope.
yeah, like I feel like I'm definitely the palest here. Like, by
Yeah,
a
which
pretty
is-
wide
yeah.
margin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that wide margin. I'm pretty up there, but
Well,
it
yeah,
is
yeah,
it is
yeah.
very.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign if I walk into a room and I'm not number one contender for palest. Like I'll just say that
This
for
is
you.
just how it's been for my life. Like I'm
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
a
hey,
ghost,
it's
yeah.
genetics, man. Is what it is. We got a donation. Wally Booth donated
Wally.
$5. It says, so glad to see you back. I've had withdrawal. We've had withdrawal too.
We have.
Feels good to be back on camera.
Yeah, and it's going to be such a fun year. And I know we have a great Baltimore or Oriole base, not just Baltimore, just an Oriole base from wherever you're tuning in around the world. But we're truly going to dive into this from so many different angles. And so now we'll just talk a little bit about our game plan for for the year.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are our show dates, our new show dates. The show dates that are going to happen. We are going to be way more structured with our segments and what we have going on. And the reason why we're going to be so structured is so we can get to so many different things that you guys might enjoy in different layers that you haven't experienced yet, which, again, we cannot wait to show you what the product's going to be. And then on top of it, yeah, baseball is going to be back, but we are going to cover around Major League Baseball, talk about it, some of the stories. And yeah, you might be seeing some interviews from around the league of not just some of the writers, analysts, broadcasters, but you're going to have a chance to maybe, Brad, we're going to have some other teams involved
Other
in the
teams,
process. Of
legends of the game.
So
super pumped about that.
Cannot wait for what could be. And also, it's a good time here because people were wondering, how did we get on down here? Well, yeah, we took a trip. We literally took a trip down here. We took a drive, and why don't we take a quick trip on our Adams Jeep of Maryland? And shout out Adams Jeep of Maryland right now, our OG sponsor from the start. One of the reasons why we're able to start doing this, and thank you to all of our sponsors, and I'll get to some of the other ones to let you know there's a couple other things in place. But for Adams Jeep of Maryland, we have some specials that are to be coming for the baseball season that we will divulge when we get closer to opening day. But they're a big reason why we can do this.
Yeah, and
people helping people.
Shout out so Adams Jeep took care of me too.
Yeah,
I had a big problem with the Jeep, and they had to replace the camshaft and everything, and it has been humming ever since. They really took care of me.
Yeah,
they do good work.
It's been phenomenal. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And for them, we appreciate them. We got much more coming with them. And if you're looking for a new car or a used car, go to adamsjeepofmaryland.com. Look at all the options. It's kind of like the new thing when people go on and looking at housing, what's available.
Yep.
You can essentially put in what you want, see what the price range is, see the options, and whammy, go find your car. And also use the phrase Rocco sucks. You get $1,000 off in gas money with purchase of said vehicle. So when I move, you move.
Just like that. I'm thinking going backwards hat for a little bit, maybe get some sun on the face, get some color.
Yeah,
I got to tell people.
I think you got to look like you were in Florida.
That's what I was saying. I got to look like I'm in Florida.
Yeah, it's
I've embraced Florida. What, the first couple hours I was here?
Yeah.
I got right in the pool, was doing work from the pool.
You really held nothing back.
Immediately took the doors off the truck, off the Jeep. And Zach and I drove here in 48-degree weather with the doors off.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'm bringing some of Florida back with me with my neck.
Oh, yeah. That's going to peel, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It is what I've been here before.
Kevin hasn't seen sunlight in 22 years.
It is. Just speaking of sunlight, it is. Oh, wait. Time? What? We have daylight savings tonight, right?
Yeah.
Wait, it is? We're springing forward?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like the worst birthday gift ever.
it's the
Just
worst.
losing
Yeah,
out.
and for the preview, Brad's got a big B-day tomorrow in about 15
I
hours.
didn't even think about that. Kevin just brought up that makes his flight an hour sooner.
Oh, buddy, you might be in trouble.
It's a tough thing.
It depends how much trouble that happens after the game.
Kevin wants to have a time.
He does
No.
want to have time.
I told you he was upset that we didn't
I
on
wanted
Thursday
to
night.
explore Sarasota, but then Ryan's like, actually, this part of Sarasota has nothing in it.
No. Like Siesta Key, I feel like would be a good time.
They're both. Look, it's a fun area overall. Going to the beach when you have time, being able to just experience. But I will say, in downtown Sarasota, you can have some good fun, and but also, you got to pace yourself, Kevin. We're here to work. This is why we're here, Kevin. We're not so you can go out and have, the real life of Kevin Ostreicher in Sarasota.
Well, we work hard and play hard.
We do, but I mean, yeah, I agree. Kevin just wants to play hard.
I know. I said I wanted to work hard. I literally told you that.
I know.
Kevin's being all defensive.
Yeah, you got buried. That's why you might
Take
think,
it easy, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know
God,
Rocco came on.
I was going to say, you and Rocco, not allowed in the locker room.
I'm just trying to be defensive of my neck right now.
Yeah, well, so yeah, the backwards hat's going to do you a favor, I think. That'll help you.
Yeah, beautiful. It is a beautiful day here, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. And again, hit that like and subscribe button here. Ryan Ripken Show, we're back. We're going to be doing this again 3 times a week for duration of the year. for the most part. And then we got recorded things. We got fan engagement. I can't wait for opening day. We'll be down in Baltimore. I'll be doing work for 105.7, but the boys, we got some things planned for opening day. We're going to get that figured out here.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a blast. And also, we have another special show that's coming up here on March 20th. So our friends that know us and they say, hey, they want to come watch us one time. Well, hey, you can come see us live in person on March 20th at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Boom, baby. Wonderful. We are going up there March 20th for March Madness. So we'll be up there right when the games are starting off in the round of 64. And guys, we're going to have a special guest that's going to be joining us for that. And I guess if you're a Maryland fan, he was probably one of the most iconic figures in Maryland basketball history. That's going to join us on the show up there on March 20th. So if you guys are looking, they have tickets and tables available, or when I'm saying tickets, you can go up there to get in for free, but there's tables for the March Madness experience, or that guest will also be there for about 2 to 3 hours hanging out there. So, and I'm seeing some people that are maybe making some guesses. Might rhyme with Larry.
Might rhyme with Larry.
Might rhyme with Derry. Mary?
Harry.
Jerry.
Barry.
Terry.
Carrie.
Wary. Well, I went deep in the archives for that one.
So it is
Scary.
We should
Scary.
do another March Madness group.
we can do that. We can do a March Madness group again. So it is going to
Although
be.
it took us a while to find the winner of the other one.
Yeah, one of them they went hidden for the person that
8
won it
months.
refused to claim it.
For like 8 months.
Just wouldn't claim it.
I mean, I would have, if they wanted to pass it to me, I would have taken it.
Kevin was trying to get that.
For good reason. It wasn't like I was just trying to get it. I actually had a reason.
You were just trying to get
No,
it
I
here.
was not. There was a reason.
When I move, you move, baby.
Just like that.
Great photos for X there.
I
Zach.
saw that.
They're looking great.
Damn,
Well,
Dave just got on me about my forehead glare. He said I need my Deep Eddy hat. It's actually in the car, Dave. I wore it the whole drive down.
Feel my neck burning.
I'll tell you what, by the way, side note, I am going to enjoy a phenomenal crush when we're done today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. You guys know I like
I'm
my
looking
tequila.
for
You're gonna make one? You're gonna make one?
I am going to have. Oh, did you not see the other places? I saw
No.
the Deep Eddy staring at me at the restaurant the other night, and I'm going. I've
still never had one.
What?
Everyone, I've said this before. I've never had one.
A crush.
Yeah.
Okay, because you've had the Deep Eddy vodka sodas. Remember when we had the
yes. I've never had a crush. Is what I'm
Oh
saying.
goodness, Kevin, you killed me, man.
Yeah.
absolutely kill me.
And over and again. What other baseball stories can we talk about a little bit for some break in the action? But March 20th, Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. That'll be a good time. I'm really looking forward to that.
You want to talk about like state of the AL East?
We can talk a little about state of the AL East. Why not? I think people want to talk some ball, and I know we're doing this on X as well. Tune on X, YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. I can't wait to get a little bit of sun for all this. It's
I can't wait to get out of the sun. I'm staying inside.
So I think in this case, in all honesty, though, state of the AL East, I think it's a great conversation to have here.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
for sure.
I know that there's some hex and voodoo with injuries, but it's not just the Orioles. We talked about that earlier to start the show. The Yankees are really struggling with it. I mean, guys, the reality is with the AL East is that it is going to be, I think, a lot more open than people anticipate. Now, I know Toronto and Tampa are going to be the two teams that people are going to count out when you're looking at this race, just because of how their roster construction is at the current moment. But they are very competitive. The Rays always find a way to compete. Toronto has moments and players that are talented, and their lineup's going to be very fascinating with guys like Vlad Guerrero Jr., Tony Taters, Bo Bichette, George Springer. You're looking at there's some firepower there, but can they put it together? Can they then be out there and pitch to their ability?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the question mark. I'd say right now the team that probably feels the best in spring training has to be Boston.
Yeah.
Just because and it's really just talking about injury concerns. So the ones, if you hadn't heard, we already know about that Grayson's going to miss some time. Kittredge is going to miss a while, has to get his knee scoped. It's nature of the business. But the Yankees right now, Luis Heel is going to miss at least 3 months the lat strain.
Yeah.
And there's reports now with Garrett Cole missing extensive time.
Yeah.
So you're looking at that, and the Yankees, their strength is that starting staff. They don't look the same if they're going to be missing their 2 big guys. Now, Max Fried is a ace type of pitcher. He's a beast. He's a stud. But the Yankees, then they downgraded in some cases. When you look at, they lost Soto. Yeah, they brought in Bellinger. They brought in Jazz back. Like, they have an offense that can make things happen, but there's still a lot of question marks, Zach.
Yeah,
and I think that's the part.
Defensively, they haven't gotten better at all. And I would say defense was their biggest weakness last year. Yeah. And defensively, I just don't think that they're better.
Well, we're talking about this. I mean, look at the last 2 years in the American League East. Who has dominated the American League East teams?
AL Central.
Who has dominated the American League? What's the American League team? Sorry, what is the one AL East team that has dominated the others the last 2 years?
Oh, the Orioles.
The Orioles. Baltimore has dominated playing their division. The problem last year was Central. The Yankees cleaned up on the Central. Yeah. But the Orioles, matchup-wise, they match up really well with New York. And you guys don't like to hear it, or you guys like to hear it, but everyone else out there, the biggest thing when you're playing teams is execution. Situational, putting the ball in play, getting out of jams, limiting damage, whatever it may be, that matters. The Orioles did that very well against the Yankees, very well against Boston. So there's still that competitive edge. But right now, if we're going to go off of a health standpoint of building momentum, I think Boston right now is that team that feels very good. But I still think that the Orioles, Zach, I don't think people need to write off. They still have a lot of their guys.
Yeah, and I think Boston's the fun pick to be like, oh, they're the favorites because, like you said, they're not dealing with a lot of injury. But we talk about momentum, and especially in the media's eyes, they go out, get Crochet, they go out, get Bregman. All of a sudden, it's the shiny new toys type theory where it's like everyone's like, oh, they're going to be this incredible team. They're going to rely on a lot of guys to step up. Their lineup, I think, got a lot better with Bregman in it. I don't think it made them unstoppable by any means or anything like that. I think they have a very, very, very solid team. Yeah. And you add an ace like Crochet, we'll see how he does and how kind of deep into the season he can be productive, because we know last year, first year as a starter, he wasn't able to go the whole season before they kind of had to shut him down and put him on a very, very, very hard limit for innings pitched. But Boston's the kind of quote unquote the fun pick, the sexy pick right now for analysts to pick, because they're like, hey, they went out, they made some big splashes, they went and did their thing. So yeah, I think Boston's always going to get some votes for the favorite right now. But like you said, Rip, the Orioles, they're returning a lot of their guys. I know, obviously, you hate to lose a Tony in the lineup and a Corbin at the front of your rotation. But when you look at the depth that they've brought in, I know people are acting like the Orioles have no depth right now, where you still have Povich, you still have Big Al. Is there that front line guy right now on the Orioles? I don't think so, but I don't think that necessarily is going to be their downfall. We saw 2023, everyone talks about it. Kyle Gibson was the most wins on that team, and he had, I believe, a 4.74 ERA. So it's all about just giving your guys a shot. You don't need to have necessarily that dominant guy. You would love it in the postseason, but it's all about getting there first and foremost.
You got to also keep in mind that looking around, I know the Dodgers have a lot of talent. Their starting rotation was very ravaged, and they still won the World Series with not having that true ace last year at the time. I know Yamamoto's future is bright, obviously, but they didn't have a lot of their main guys last year when you think about it. Like Tyler Glasnow, a huge part of their team. Right now, they look like the Monstars. Guardians were not a team that was high as far as their strength of their starting rotation. Now, their bullpen was elite. So I think the bigger part of it is if you're going to have question marks, you need to have at least be solidified in other situations. The one that, to me, honestly, I think that there's more it's better opportunities with the starting rotation, I think, than people understand or anticipate. I actually, what I'm most excited about, I think that hurts is the one with Kittredge.
Yeah.
Because the bullpen to me, with him, with Felix coming back and Cano, and you're looking at other guys like Keegan Aiken, Tugboat, had a sneaky, really good year.
Yeah.
So there are pieces in the bullpen. Albert Suarez could do both. You had a really good foundation there, plus this young talent of guys taking another step. I think that this Orioles team I still think they're going to be fine. The O's are fine.
Those are fine.
But it's still, I guess, a great point. It's wide open. It's also March 8th. And I know there's so many things that can happen. There's still players available. You got to get through spring training. Hopefully for Baltimore, they can get through it feeling unscathed. But they got some good dudes, man. They got some good players.
Yeah, and I agree. Kittredge is the one right now that kind of is I'll call it annoying. It's the more annoying one because of kind of like you said, you get Felix back. You felt really good with the addition of Kittredge, and then you started to feel like, wow, this bullpen could be a top of the line bullpen in the league, because of the depth they have, top to bottom. You felt like the middle innings suddenly were a strength. You had guys with, Gregory Soto, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Cano, that can lead up to hopefully eventually Bautista shutting it down in the ninth. But now you don't have Kittredge, so it opens up another spot. I know it's not the fan favorite pick, but Brian Baker's having a hell of a
dude. Bake has good stuff.
Yeah.
The problem that people don't want to hear this out loud. They don't want to say it out loud because it doesn't fit the narrative. He has got good stuff, and he is an upside guy where if something clicks, he's added back in. Remember, we just mentioned Keegan Aiken. Everyone wanted to write him off. He was very damn good for the team last year. Look at the Orioles. Cano was a guy that people weren't sure about. He became
even Bautista.
Felix Bautista took him 7 years to get past A-ball. He was released by the Marlins, picked up by the Orioles, teammate of Ryan Ripken in 2021. And he's now become one of the best closers. There's not a time. You guys remember, it feels ages ago now, but it was 2 hours ago. We had Cuz on, and Cuz and Buck were saying about finished products for these players. This doesn't just mean rookies or young players being in their second or third year. This is guys that can find it when they are 30, 29. Look at Albert Suarez. Look at his journey to get back to where he is. Relief pitching is the most the work that you get nothing.
It's
you no glory.
It's a thankless.
You get no glory. Middle relief, you get absolutely nothing back. And I mean nothing. I also am seeing
what do we know what the plan is for the rest of our time here?
Well,
looks like we got maybe an hour.
We got an hour probably left here. So we'll give you a little bit of an update. We probably got an hour left to record. And then we're going to pack it up. We'll go over to the other side, see what's going on in spring training here. We're going to try to get some clips, whatever we have from this segment here, get some stuff out for you on X and whatnot out to on the airwaves. We're going to be at the game, so we're going to just have content that's going to be being over at the game here today. And then, that's going to be that. We'll see what we're going to have with the practice side. That's we're going to have to be determined on what we can do over there. But, guys, this has been phenomenal to be back.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
It's been phenomenal to be back. We've missed all of you guys. And, again, you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and get ready. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's right. 3 Ryan Ripken shows going to be per week. We're adding more segments, and we're going to continue to expand our baseball coverage for this year. I'm ecstatic about that. And then we're also going to be working on some things, boots on the ground, Kevin and Zach being out there.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that.
I'm so happy to be back in the sun, to be back in warm weather.
Sun is not my friend right now.
Okay, Kevin, stop being selfish. It is very nice to just be after all the months in Baltimore winter, and then you have we're about to hit that second winter in Baltimore, which is worse than the first winter because it gives you like a few, like in the next week or so, they'll like toss you a few 60-degree days, 50, mid 50s. And you're like, oh, okay, we're in the home stretch. And then suddenly it'll be like March 24th and it'll be like 19 degrees. So just preparing for that. But it is so nice to be down here.
It's beautiful. I tell people, I was telling Brad on our walk in too, really is one of my favorite times, especially, I'll be honest, it's a lot better when you know what your role is going to be to start or you have an idea of where you're going. So in the minor leagues, if you know you're good chance you're going to this affiliate and you're not on the bubble, you feel like you can just kind of relax, get the work you need to get in, but then you enjoy spring training. It's almost like when you thought about having the first day of school and everything's kind of back and you're excited, see people, that's what it's like with baseball, but then it's every day. Now, I will say, though, you get to this point in time, the players, they're ready for the season. Like, they're itching to. Buck and Cuz talked about it, like, can't wait to break. Can't wait to break and move because you do hit a lull, but it's not because you're ready for it to be over. You're just ready to get going. Why you got down here was to get the body right and keep moving. And quite frankly, it is in the back of guys' minds when some people get hurt, especially when you're sitting there where, yeah, you love Florida. It's great down here. You're like, damn, I want to be able to go. I want to be able to just get out of here feeling good. Look at the last couple of years of guys. The other part, if you get banged up right before you leave, how hard it kind of is to get right. So I want to make that part with Gunnar and talking about it even with Tyler O'Neill. I'd rather them be super cautious right now. I think that long term, I'm not worried about either of those guys.
Missing games in March is not a big deal as long as you're playing in them down the road.
It's really health is being ready. But if you have a nagging injury going into the season, that's an uphill battle because you are no longer 100% when you come here to spring training for day one.
Yeah.
Every day, it's a little bit by little that you're going to kind of wear down.
Yeah.
And then the season. Then the juego. Also, I think we got another, I think Kevin.
I did what?
No, not you. Kevin Booth. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Kevin.
Thank you,
Great
Kevin.
show this morning. Watching from West Virginia. The O's are fine. And yeah, I've seen some ways for us to get the shirts. Our Holy Shirts and Pants members, you are going to get the first opportunity here to be able to go out and
they are extremely comfortable.
Oh my God.
Extremely.
I wasn't lying when I got them.
No, like, people hype up their merch like that. I'm not. Anybody would say these shirts are comfortable. Anybody would say it. So, merch coming down the line, including apparently stickers are the next big thing. So,
stickers are the next big thing.
Go put them all over the city.
Stickers.
That's what I asked in the chat, and people said stickers.
What about branded boxer briefs?
Well, if you wanted to do that, then maybe. I mean, if there was enough interest. I mean,
if we need a commercial, we can ask Palmer.
Yeah, Jim, jockey.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see Jim in a little bit. Good to see a lot of the other guys. It'll be good to see Eddie. Eddie's not here, but we'll see Eddie soon. Jeff Arnold's down here somewhere. I don't know where Jeff is, but
yeah, there's some. It's gotten a little quieter around here. I think they're out on the practice field now.
Are they on the practice field or are they at the meetings?
It might be meeting.
It looks
usually
like
there's a meeting. So typically it's a little bit later of a day.
When you get back later.
Late night. Yeah. And this is what we call. You do this, guys. You know what I'm doing right here?
No.
It's feeling it, have some feel. So if I do that to you, Kevin, if I go, hey, if I do this, it means have a little feel. All right.
That's just code.
I mean, I'm telling you, just being like, hey man, have some feel. Like if something happens, you might hear that. Like, hey, have some feel, or oh, good feel. It really just means like, yeah, have a feeling or that what's going on. Read the room, Kevin.
Yeah,
that's something you don't do well all the time.
Yes, I do.
Act like you've been there before.
Yeah,
I read the room. I understand.
That's highly debatable. What other while we're waiting on oh gosh, no, I don't think we're boxer briefs. People are asking for Ryan Ripken show thongs. I don't.
Oh
yeah, we could put Rocco on one of those.
That's where we can put the Rocco merchandise.
Yes.
No, it will be great. And again, new channel, hit that like and subscribe button. I did see some things about with Povich. I think that's the other part of, we're saying things kind of always work themselves out if you do what you're supposed to do. And so guys like Cade, he's going to be a part of the team in a capacity, but the role could be very heavily depended on, could be a lighter one to start, but he's going to be counted upon. And when injuries happen, opportunities arise. Colton Cowser last year, the example.
Yeah.
He wasn't starting each game off the jump, but early on he had sat more games to start the year, and then he had that one game against Kansas City, finds a hole down the left field line, and then that kind of started him, and he kept going. The Boston series happened, and he solidified himself as an everyday big leaguer. Sometimes you have to have opportunities arise and then seize it and see what happens here. So I think for Cade Povich, I'm really excited. I hope that Cade stays as a starter no matter what. If there's a guy, I saw a guy or someone that comment about here, do I think Cade can have a big breakout? Yeah, I do. But I'm not going to put the pressure on him, but he has the type of ability and stuff, deception, and with his deception, good off speed. It's just about control. So Kevin, if I told you fastball's coming, right?
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
Mhm.
Feel you have a better chance. Okay.
Okay.
But say I tell you, hey, I could throw 4 pitches. They can come at any time. But and I know how to throw each one of them. Makes it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
But then the problem last year for him was, hey, you have these 4 pitches. Yeah, sure, I don't know when they're coming, but you can't throw 2 or 3 of them for strikes at times. You can then simplify it, right? So for Cade, last year he got in a hole. People could anticipate and guess more on what he's going to throw. Or the only other part was the control of leaving pitches up in the zone with 2 strikes. We've heard we talk about that and whatnot. So
I think last year you could tell pretty much in the first inning what kind of day Cade Povich was going to have, because it was pretty obvious if he was locating his curveball, if he was able to throw it first strike, but then get guys to fish out of the zone because he was able to throw it first strike, you knew Cade was going to have a good day. But you could tell pretty early on if he's trying to throw a curveball for a strike, but he's just not getting it over. He's dirting everything. You can see the frustration on his face. Like, then that's when walks started adding up. That's when you started to feel like, okay, need to get something going here for him. But there were, especially towards the end of last year, we talk about getting a feel. He really started to get a feel for throwing strikes and staying in the zone, getting guys out. And down the stretch, he was one of the better pitchers for the Orioles. I mean, we talked about this few days ago, Kevin, where it was like the funny thing about Cade Povich is people kind of forget that down the stretch last year
he found something.
Yeah, there were some questions around Orioles Twitter. Now, obviously not that Orioles Twitter is make or break, but on whether or not if Cade Povich with Grayson going down gets a ball game 3 of the playoffs had it gotten to there. So Cade Povich was having a hell of an end of the season. Talk about peaking at the right time. He really kind of left off on a great note for him. So I'm excited. He's having a great spring so far. I think, unfortunately, the injury to Grayson always sucks. You never want to see a good player go down. But if it opens up an opportunity for Cade, like Ryan said, these are the opportunities a young guy like Cade has to take advantage of, like Colton Cowser did last year.
Right. And I mean, these are the guys that have to step up, especially if, they're going to be guys will go down during the season. Every single team will go through injuries. The Orioles weren't going to get through spring training in 162 without having to deal with injuries. And obviously, you hope that they can keep it down and everything can be okay. But this is why you have the young depth, so that if someone does go down, like a Grayson, having that conversation, a guy like Cade can step into the rotation after having a year to be able to kind of figure something out. And we know that this season is going to be a lot of, hey, can this young guy step up and can that young guy step up? So I think for Baltimore, they have a foundation. It's a younger team. I mean, you lose 2 vets in Corbin and Tony, and those are 2 guys that, you could rely on for certain things, and you could you could understand that there was more consistency there, but that doesn't mean young guys can't be consistent themselves. They also have opportunities to contribute and make their mark. And so for an Orioles team that does rely on a lot of that, it might not be that every player hits on their projection or every player is able to get to where they want to be or where the team needs them to be. But that doesn't mean that everybody's not going to be able to do something. They'll have some that hit and some that don't. That's just the nature of baseball.
Where the Orioles may have lost a frontline starter and yes, their home run leader last year, I think they added in the depth and leadership department, which is something that one, we're talking about depth that we're going to see straight away. We're going to see the depth of this team. How can they battle back from an early injury bug kind of thing? So I think this team is built very, very well for the regular season.
And I think that's a great way to put it. And also, I know, shocker, right? You heard we joke about it all the time, but it's very quick. And again, people on social media, do you? If you want to get mad about the team, cool. If you want to get mad at me because someone gets hurt, the team doesn't play well, and that's my fault, cool. That's fine. I am all for it. You handle your business how you want to handle it. The thing that, for me, the reality is March 8th, there's so many things that can happen moving forward. And you're right. Sometimes injuries can be too much, but also you got to go out and play the damn game to see what happens. And in this case for the Orioles, we just talked about the injuries. Let's talk about who they do have.
Yeah.
You have all-star Jordan Westburg coming back. You have Jackson Holliday, who is trying to learn how to be a big leaguer, but very talented. Very talented. Gunnar Henderson, he's okay. He might turn out all right. Adley Rutschman, and I'm buying all stock in Adley. Everything about that guy, I am buying. Buy. Cedric Mullins, the vet, understands what he needs to do. Colton Cowser, guy that's learning himself. Heston Kjerstad, Tyler O'Neill, big league guy that's still, when he's healthy for a time, hits 30 jacks. Oh, and then by the way, you're looking at another side where Dean Kramer got better. You have Zach Eflin that fit in, by the way, is very good, very solid. Charlie Morton joins his team as a veteran presence, which you need. And I'm even blanking on things. Big Al, great surprise. Oh, and then by the way, the Mountains coming back. So my point is, when I list off all these names, like, look how many guys that you're talking about that you're going, man, it's a good team. Those are good players. Oh, Jorge Mateo is going to be back at some point. Oh, Ramon Arias is your utility everything guy. So when you're looking at how this team's going to play out, it's a lot of great pieces. Oh, and by the way, some might not fit in exactly, or maybe they will. Kobe Mayo is a very talented player. Like, it's a good
Heston
problem. This is my exact point. And when you're looking around the rest of the American League, it is the most wide open. If I was going to do a power rankings of this, and I don't even like doing that, I still don't see how I would take the Orioles out of the top 3 or 4, just based off of what it is. I mean, right now you can make an argument for many teams. A lot of who could be. I think there's 8 teams right now. You guys want to go through a little exercise here, American League?
Yeah, I think
we're looking at
three AL East teams.
3 AL East teams that can make a run. If we're going to play this game.
Okay, when we say make a run, are we talking World Series? Are we talking win the pennant?
I think a team that can go
win the pennant.
Okay, so right now, 3 teams in the American League East: Red Sox, Yankees, O's. I think all of them can do it.
Yep.
Right, if we're going to go right now. Okay, let's go to Central. Tigers, Royals, Guardians. Those 3 teams can make a run. The Guardians is going to be hard to replicate.
No, I would put the Guardians up at that list. I like the I'm still a little weird on the Tigers for a pennant, just because I want to see them sustain.
If they can put it together, they have
all the talent. I want to see it sustain. They came on and got hot at the end last year.
So 5 or 6 teams, that can win. Okay.
And then the West, you got
Texas,
Rangers
are the hot.
Astros. And then on top of it, if you still think Seattle's having trouble, it's not that they have a bad team. They can pitch the hell out of the ball. So when we're looking at all this list, that's 3 teams right there. If you were to go East, Central, West, 3 each, that's 9. 9 teams, you can go, hey, I can see it happening. It's way different than going to the National League and going to Dodgers favorites.
It's like the AL West and then maybe the Mets.
The NL West is saying the Dodgers.
NL West, maybe like you got
Dodgers, Mets, Phillies are probably the top 3.
Yeah, I'd say so.
right now if you're going to do that. So look at that. In the AL, it would not surprise me one bit in the AL of what's going to happen. Any of the 3 teams in the American League that I mentioned, and that's no knock to the Blue Jays or the Rays. I think that they can make runs as far as winning the division. Like it's baseball. But you're talking about teams right now with the current state, with current injuries. Even if the Yankees lose Cole and Fried, I still don't think that they're going to fall off. But I think the Orioles are better equipped to handle more of that adversity than New York is. That's my take.
Let's just say, I'm going to just put this as a scenario. Let's say Heel misses half the year, and let's say because it's not looking great. Apparently, Garrett Cole said in an interview this morning he's concerned about it.
So if he's saying he's concerned,
he said they have the image.
You should be concerned.
He said they have the imaging. He said there is some hope, but they're getting a second opinion, and usually that does not mean things are great. So let's just say potentially Cole misses the year. The Yankees are very, very like teetering on, if in my opinion, that line of they are one more key player away from being in trouble. You know, if Aaron Judge has to, miss a month or so, that's suddenly
that goes down.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like all of a sudden, if a Fried misses time, if a Judge, Stanton's missing time, it looks like potentially.
Yep.
He's a guy that they don't know when he's going to be back. He does have a beard now, so we'll see if that helps. But the Yankees, they are one of those teams right now that it feels like they're either going to put it all together and go win the damn thing, or they're a team that we look at all year and we're like, man, what could have been if X didn't catch up to him, if so-and-so didn't miss time. It feels very much like they are we talk about the Orioles are just depth on depth on depth right now. We know when we talk about, hey, you have these guys that your stars, but then you also have guys in the minors waiting to take that step. You have some veterans in there. I think in the pitching rotation, they have a good mix of veterans and young guys. The Yankees, it feels very much like you have their top guys, and then they're hoping for guys to take steps. So if those other guys don't take steps, the Jason Dominguez's, the Austin Wells, those guys, they could be very reliant on Fried to have to go out there and win 18 to 20 games. Judge has to hit 50, 60 home runs. So then it becomes very reliant on your stars.
Yeah, the part with the Orioles, this is what I'm saying, the whole conversation of, you have the pieces that can pop.
Mm-hmm.
The Orioles depth-wise 1 through 9 is really good. It's really good. Other teams, last year we talked about Judge and Soto, catalyst for that team. They're going to need more production now with Soto gone, and they got some guys. They got Goldie, they got Bellinger, and they could go out there and make that impact. But you're going to have to replicate, or someone's going to have to step up. There is that key guy that can take the wind out of your sails. For the Yankees, it's Aaron Judge. Yeah. I would say for the Orioles, we found out it was Jordan Westburg last year.
Yeah.
Right? But the sum of your parts is what's going to decide what's going to happen for you. And you got to have that mentality, deal with it. And I guarantee you, it was down the stretch, they got punched in the mouth. They got punched in the mouth, and they'll, and you know what? I haven't heard anything from them that has been a negative to that, besides the fact that it left a bitter taste. They didn't like that. But you need that. You need that in sports to understand this is what it's going to take. Look at the teams, when you look at the Dodgers of how they've gone to that point, look at how they had a combination of talent, but they had gritty guys, man. Like, you're talking about Mookie Betts, grinding, scratching, clawing. Yeah, he's one of the top players, but why is he one of the top players? He does the elements when things are bad, you can count on him. He'll stay in the fight. Freddie Freeman, stay in the fight. They lost a lot of their starters. They stayed in the fight for the starting rotation. It does help to have superstars. No doubt about that. Ohtani, Mookie, and Freddie is ridiculous. Freddie had a really challenging summer.
Yeah.
Personally, injury-wise. In the playoffs, Freddie's playing injured too, and he busted his ass, and he got hot at the right time for them, right? So there's so much, I know, the tapping.
Yeah.
Tap, tap, tap.
And okay, so I have a question now.
Question.
It's March 8th. We're in Sarasota at spring training for the Baltimore Orioles. And I'll ask both of you this. The Orioles season is a failure if they failed to do what?
Make the playoffs. Now, there's a difference between failure and not achieving goals.
Yeah, and
Because
I'm not saying
I
failure
would
in the
say,
part
like,
of, you know,
like a
you're
failure to me would be not making the playoffs. I think if you make the playoffs, that is an achievement that you have, but obviously you're shooting for more than that. If the
Mhm.
Orioles lost in the wild card round again, I'm sure everybody in this facility would tell you that that's a disappointment and a
Yeah.
failure. Obviously, this team knows that they can be a World Series team. This is a team that has the talent to do that. But if I'm talking about like massive, like under expectations, because the expectations the team makes the playoffs. What happens beyond that, we don't know. Maybe they make a run, maybe they don't. But if they don't make the playoffs, they just have too much talent not to do that. Now, circumstances happen.
Yeah.
Injuries happen. If they get banged up and they don't make the playoffs, then, you know, we've seen teams in all sports have that happen. But I think the first goal is to make the playoffs. If you don't achieve your first goal, to me, that is a quote unquote failure. But then if you hit that goal and make a run and you get, I mean, the first step would be advancing past the wild card round, obviously. I think that to me is the big part.
I think the bigger part, and this was said earlier, and I agree. I think the expectation when you are a good team, you expect to win.
Yeah.
So for the Orioles, the expectation is to win. Right. And so what would be a failure is if you can't get to that dance and punch your ticket to go out there and go win a championship. But, and I love this. I love the mentality here in Wassetti. We're day to day.
Yeah.
So the focus has to shift with that, where you can't look far ahead. And honestly, in some cases, when you play really well, it's everybody. You're thinking you can have this fantasy about what could happen. You know, I remember back in any level of this, and if you did this, right, but not at one point in your life, or the thought doesn't mean you acted upon it, but the thought goes into your head about, oh, we keep winning. You know, we could be in a World Series, or we could win a championship. I remember in my senior year of high school, it was a good example. We were very good. We lost one game in conference. You're kind of feeling that mind. And I even remembered in my mind, I was going, we can be back in the championship. And then the blink of an eye, we get knocked out. We lose 2 and are done. I'm like, how the hell did this happen? Now, our vibe, chemistry, our play, we didn't execute, got outplayed, and we did all those little things wrong. But in the mindset of sometimes for me, and I go, you look too far ahead sometimes, you forget what you have to still accomplish. And I think for the Orioles in 2023, 100-some wins, felt like everything went your way. You're going to have to do a little bit more. Texas was hot. Last year, they had their chances. Didn't put it together. First team to 70 wins. It felt like this was going to be the next step.
Yeah.
You get beat down again. So I think the big thing on the day-to-day is what I love to hear in the building is we know what the narrative is for the Baltimore Orioles right now. The narrative is they can't win the game that is going to matter the most right now. That is the narrative that they have to fight. And it's not going to go away until they go to the postseason and do it. But having said that, and I talked to Seti a little bit more off the air. It's a determined group that you can sense and have a feel. It feels different. That attitude to me feels different. There's more of a purpose. Colton talking about, I know what I need to do for a 162.
Yeah.
How do you learn that? You got to do it.
I was going to say, and I think that's a part that not many people are going to understand was, hell, you can put Colton in that. You can put Westberg in that. Westberg hadn't played a full 162. I guess he still hasn't with the injury, but that was Westberg's first full season in the majors. So many of these guys, yes, they had experience in half seasons, parts of seasons, up and downs. Last year was really the year that the Orioles went a full 162 with their young guys, hoping to see what happens. Now it's the next step. It's you've been there. We've been to the playoffs twice in a row now. Now what can we do? How can you grind and get to that next level? Is it, taking it day to day? What's the mindset shift? All those things that you've talked about, that does matter. Because you can't be thinking about it. In 2023, I'm sure, the guys will say, no, we were focused, but I'm sure in the back of their minds, they were like, holy crap, we are a 101 win team out of nowhere. That, you start thinking of, hey, maybe we can go do this.
Well, and everything goes right.
Yeah.
Everything goes right. I think that
People don't
If I
understand.
could get that across to you, when things go right all the time, you have a sensation that it could just be a team of destiny.
Yeah.
And we hear the playoff run, and if you're a Baltimore fan, you're going to look back to the Ravens and that last ride with Ray of being a team of destiny.
Yeah.
They're one play away in Denver from
Losing.
nothing happening, and this never happens. And you're saying, okay, yeah, it could be a team of destiny. They were a very good team. They were a very good team. So always
You
always
can
good
even
to see
compare it,
them.
like if you talk about outlook and mindset, talk about like our car ride, literally our car ride. I don't know what Brad's doing over here, but yeah, like if we took our car ride as a 15-hour thing, then
Oscar, are you allowed to be over here?
I could not wear my Orioles pants.
Do you want to hop on for a little bit? You want to hop on for a second? Oscar, good to see you.
Here, guys.
You want to sit there? Sit down. Sit down.
Here, sit.
Sure. I came with a couple other guys, so.
So, hey, to introduce yourself to our audience for a minute, if you don't mind.
My name is Oscar Budahan. I am the Phillies Spanish broadcaster. I'm the play-by-play. I've been with the Phillies the last 5 years. I've been broadcasting for the last, 25, 30 years, baseball as well as football. And we won the Super Bowl with the Eagles.
How about that? Yeah. And you know what? I'm moving this a little bit closer just in case.
Sure.
We got to meet in person, Oscar, down at the Super Bowl at Radio Row. And also, by the way, that was incredible. On your side of this, how was the whole experience down there for you?
It was amazing. I stayed from Sunday to the following Monday, and it was surreal. I wasn't expecting the game that we played. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot tighter. And look, the team had been building up throughout the year, and they played at an elite level. I mean, Jalen is a big play guy. I mean, he did an outstanding job 2 years ago at the Super Bowl, and he did it again.
Yeah.
So look, he played amazing. Saquon was God sent for the Eagles.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Hey, and they made sure he knew how much they loved him. That a 2-year, $41 million extension on top of it.
You know what?
Pay him.
That is one thing. Laurie's a tremendous owner.
Yeah.
And he believes in his guys. And look, both Saquon Barkley as well as Zach Bond that did an unbelievable job. I mean, the other guy that did an unbelievable, fantastic, man, Vic Fangio.
Oh,
I mean, when Vic Fangio came
big
in,
difference.
I mean, that defense was 30th in the NFL the previous year, 31 against the pass. I mean, they were number 1 against the pass this year, number 2 in terms of points. I mean, he basically turned the team around. So I'm a lifelong Orioles fan, man. What's going on with our pitching here?
You missed Cowser.
Okay.
We had Mountie on.
Nice.
Had Cuz and Buck Britton, 2 of the coaches. Said he came on for a while. And then we might have some few in the next hour. If not,
I was just with Felix Batista. I mean, that guy's big, man.
He's massive, man. Hey, I think I told you before, he was my teammate in 21. The Mountain, man. He's a beast. He's looking good.
He's a beast. He's looking good. I mean, he's look, between him and Sir Anthony, I think that pair until Gingrich can get back. I mean, how many months is he going to miss? I mean, 2 or 3 months.
I'm going to at least expect that. I think best case, you look at, in my mind, if he's back by the All-Star break, you'd be happy. I try to look at the worst case scenarios as much as possible because you can't expect to have those guys. You don't want to play that plan. But because of that, we didn't even mention Sir Anthony a minute ago. We're talking about the strength. The Orioles bullpen, it would have been really great to see Kittredge out the jump, right?
Sure.
But the strength is the bullpen actually right now with Felix back, Cano, Sir Anthony, you got Keegan Aiken that's battled back and done
Gregory
well.
Soto. I mean, look,
Soto is the, and for you especially covering things with Philly, he's got electric stuff.
Yeah.
And he's that wild card that he could be the X factor if he puts it all together, or there is that different elements of outcomes.
Yeah, I learned, look, let's be clear. Soto was a closer in Detroit before he moved to Philly.
Yeah.
And there is one thing that I learned both about Soto and Sir Anthony. You cannot keep him on. I mean, they need to pitch on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And that is the key for closers. I mean, guys like that throw so hard.
Yeah.
If they don't pitch for 5 days, they're going to get wild.
Yeah.
And the reality is that both Sir Anthony as well as Gregory Soto, they need to pitch on a continuous basis and they will deliver. Look, Soto had 2 bad outings in the very beginning with the O's, and then he was lights out toward the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And look, Sir Anthony, there's one thing that I remember in 2022 when we had that World Series run.
Yeah.
Look, there's one thing Sir Anthony had to face in St. Louis. He had to face both Goldschmidt and Arenado, and he struck them out both.
Yeah.
And in the 8th innings,
Yeah.
bottom of the 8th innings. I mean, I remember that. Said, look, you're a big time pitcher, kid, and look, he knows it. He will allow a few home runs here and there. Hopefully, most of them will be solo shots.
Yeah.
But the guy,
Hopefully, no one on.
Yeah.
but look, he did a great job in the postseason. I mean, for us, I mean, the key for the O's is basically make it to the postseason and make sure that we get those bats going, man. That's absolutely key.
Hyder, we saw him at the winter meetings, and maybe we'll see him today, depending on the schedule. But one thing we talked about, and I wanted him to go in depth, was how do you get guys back on track on the bullpen. So in that case, we talked about Soto. And he said, and given the situation, Soto getting traded over, and you're saying about a consistent, when you're going to pitch consistently helps with everybody. Everyone likes a certain plan and knowing when they're going to be able to do it. But then also, if you're not pitching as well, some teams don't want to give you the ball. And then if you're not pitching as well as the player, your confidence is hurt. So you're trying to find 2 different things. You're trying to get consistency. You're trying to build up the confidence of a good player. And he said at times he wanted to try to work Soto into maybe lower leverage situations to build one outing after another. But some of the cases, because if there was arms hurt, he'd have to put Soto in a tough position. But down the stretch, he was able to put him in those positions that were lower leverage to build himself back up. That confidence came back. And then the higher leverage moments didn't seem like much.
He has electric stuff. I mean,
oh my goodness. I would hate to face him. Oh my gosh. I mean, because for a lefty, Kevin, it's just a nightmare.
I can imagine.
Well, also for him, if he's effectively wild, that's even a bigger nightmare for a lefty. He's like, okay, is this ball going to drill me, or is it going to be 97 on the black?
Right.
And I'm screwed either way. So, it was beautiful.
I think one key. I mean, for both the Orioles as well as the Phillies.
Yeah.
Which I told you when you put out there, who do you want in the World Series? I wanted to see that Orioles Phillies. You know what? Whomever wins, I'll be a winner.
Yeah, damn right. Hey, a Phillies Orioles World Series would be phenomenal. Hey, we're trying to get up to do more stuff with the Phillies too, tell more of the stories, talk to the teams, and maybe we'll do that in the future. But it's an exciting time.
Yep.
But 2 contrasting things, and we talked about this earlier, Oscar. The Orioles are this young team where it has a lot of different outcomes. They could be one of the top teams yet again. It could be a playoff team, or maybe guys don't develop as much as they want. That's just the nature of the business. Sure. The Phillies also have a lot of high expectations to win, but it's a different makeup of a lineup.
Absolutely.
Because they have a lot of veterans, they have a lot of proven guys. There is nothing built in that they have to, and if they don't get to that goal, it is more of well, dang, we're going to have to maybe reevaluate our team moving forward because they're getting older.
Yeah.
So it's 2 different lines that they're in right now. Both exciting.
Both Schwarber and Realmuto, they're free agents after this year.
That's a lot of questions.
Suarez is also a free agent. I mean, there is huge expectation. Look, they have a tremendous starting pitching. I mean, their starting pitching is amazing. Remember this name, Christopher Sanchez, man. That guy, he has the best change. Listen to what I'm saying. He has the best changeup in baseball. I mean, the guy has been lights out, 7 innings in the spring, 12 strikeouts, 1 base on balls. I mean, the guy doesn't allow home runs. He allowed 3 home runs all of last year. He's up and coming. I mean,
I'm excited. I'm actually going to, now that you said that, and I was familiar with him and the upside of how he is, now I'm going to go watch his changeup. I'm doing a lot more breakdowns this year, Oscar. Like every Tuesday, I might put out a breakdown of maybe some of the Orioles guys, but just around baseball. I'm going to add that to the list of
Sugano.
Sanchez's.
I mean, to me, for the Orioles,
cambio.
Sugano is going to be the game changer here.
Oh.
I mean, his experience, what he brings to the table. I think he could be the guy that could, be the number 1 that we're all hoping. I mean, that we need a number 1. I mean, the reality is somebody has to step up. My big concern with Eflin, and we had him in Philly.
Yeah.
He gets injured a lot. I mean, he's a tremendous pitcher, great guy. I mean,
knock on
wood here. But, I do believe that Sugano could be the game-changing here. And the key is we have to hit at the end of the year. The same thing happened to the Phillies. Look, in 2022, we were not expecting to make it to the World Series.
Yep.
But we got hot at the right time. Look, we had Arizona 3-2 and we lost 2 straight games in
In
Philly.
Philly.
We couldn't hit.
Philly.
We started chasing everything. And
yeah.
the same thing happened last year. When we went to that postseason against the Mets, we started chasing. Same thing here last year. We started chasing too much. And look, the bats need to be disciplined. And I mean, look, the reality is both of these teams, both the Orioles as well as the Phillies, should be in the postseason. And it's just, you just got to get hot at the right time.
You absolutely got to get it out at the right time. Kevin, what we were talking about?
We've been preaching the whole time.
Preach to the choir. The Oscar, the other thing I was thinking of, what I loved, and Cedi came out here for a while, and Cedi's one of my guys. You know, I spent a lot of time with him, and it's funny now that he's the vet. We're saying the vet now as far as being with this team for as long as he's been with. Yeah, Charlie Morton's a longer veteran,
Sure,
and some of those other guys. But Cedi, for this Baltimore Orioles team coming through the system, he is that guy now, and their mentality. I feel there's a shift in mindset, and some of these guys had to go through it. Cedi, the biggest thing that he said to me, or that I took away, we're trying to the continued motion of winning mentality, but winning each day. Winning each day, you stack up each day, then we'll look at it. And last year, you thought at times, and maybe you're looking ahead or looking and worrying about things outside of the outcomes right now.
sure.
And that's how you stay around for a long time, is the day-to-day. And that's also how you avoid the failures, because then you're not worrying about anything else but
Yeah, you lost
now.
last night, but you gotta go out there and win today. And that's one thing that the Eagles have done. I mean, consistently, what they've been winning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they think about the next game. I mean, in this case, in baseball, I mean, you got it the next day,
A
day,
lot
but
of them, yeah.
the next game is the next day. But the reality is that, look, this team, I mean, Schwarber would be a tremendous asset for this team. I mean, if the Phillies cannot sign Schwarber, I would love him to come to the Orioles. I think that guy, he's one of the leaders of that clubhouse. Harper is the guy that does all the. I mean, he brings it every day in the way he plays. But the vocal leader of the Phillies is Schwarber, and I know he's very good friends with Hyde, so that could be an interesting dynamic there.
Yeah, I'm all the dynamics. And it's so fun being back talking about baseball, Oscar. We love
spring training.
We
Man.
spring training, man. We love baseball. We love football season, but baseball and being down here, it's exciting. Since you've been around all this, if you have a football story, but what's some of your favorite memories you've had from either spring training or just around the game now? You've been doing a lot for a long time.
Yeah, well, what I one of the things that I used to do probably about 10 years ago or so is one of the general managers of one of the teams in Latin America, he would come up and I would pick him up in Miami and we would go the whole drive. I mean, we would go from Jupiter up to Vero Beach. I mean,
just keep
San
climbing
Lucie,
the cities.
I mean, that was amazing. I mean, I go back. So, I mean, a little older here. I go back to when the Orioles were in Fort Lauderdale.
Whoa.
Believe it or not.
Whoa.
Look, I've been an Orioles fan all my life, and I was an Orioles fan there. I mean, your dad.
And also, by the way, I like Fort Lauderdale, the city Fort Lauderdale, the stadium. Woof. Woof, man.
So I go back to those days. So I used to, and one of the beauties of it, when you travel with a lot of those general managers of winter league teams, they know every general manager, because a lot of their players from AA, AAA, they would go down and play.
Yeah.
So we would meet with all general. I remember one of the guys, La Guaira, would chart the Sharks down in Venezuela. I'm originally from Venezuela. The owner of the team was best friends with Shortholtz, the general manager of the Braves. I mean, we would go out there and spend a whole week over there at Disney. I mean, with all the bells and whistles you could imagine. That was super fun.
I'm sure.
So,
I'm sure.
So I've been blessed, to be honest with you. Before doing this, I used to work at Coca-Cola, and I used to manage sports and entertainment worldwide for Coke. So talking about getting kind of around a lot of the things. I mean, with Disney, and you would go and I would manage FIFA World Cups. I mean, baseball, NFL. I would manage all the different teams and leagues. That was super fun.
Yeah, Oscar, we're going to have for all this, I need you on in the future, get you on a consistent basis to talk about some of these things. And then also, we got to talk some ball. We got to talk some shop here, talk a lot of baseball. But
absolutely, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of stories with Coca-Cola.
I mean,
and
it's stories that some that you can tell, some that you cannot tell.
yeah,
That's how it
A
is.
4:30 a.m. Call in the morning from your chief marketing officer. You did a tremendous job with the president of Disney.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 4:30 in the morning. What's going on, dude? I've been working 3 days for this presentation. I mean,
I've been great. Great. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
And that was in Vegas, by the way.
Oh, Vegas.
So that's a story you can't. Yeah.
So what I'm finding out here is
That's
that
something you can tell. So
for
you
our
can.
for our business trips, Vegas, that's where a lot of good work gets
that's
done.
Business trip.
Business
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
New Orleans was a business trip.
Business trip.
Vegas, you were on a business trip. We at some point we'll get to the point of maybe telling even some of our stories that are more explicit. Maybe that's for the Rip After Dark, Brad, when we
I was coming from Fort Lauderdale and I see some of your tweets, guys, going down and say SAC. I see your tweets and said, what's going on? Starbucks apparently had some fun with yours.
I was in shambles with the Starbucks, let me tell you.
He was distraught over them not having the most sugary drink on the menu.
They got rid of a third of their menu, apparently.
It was probably for a health concern, Kevin.
I don't know. Well, I found a different health concern, so.
You surely did.
So I was passing by Sarasota and said, let me send them a picture. You're 15 minutes away, but I'm here in your destination already. So, yeah, I went to Clearwater. I was in Bradenton yesterday. I'm here today. So, talking to Albert Suarez. I mean, to Chirinos. I mean, he's from Venezuela. Those are guys that are very dear. Sir Anthony, very, very good friend of mine.
So you've spent time with Robinson in the past?
Yeah, we have.
So, I mean, that's what they were talking about with the development with Basallo. They're really excited of Robinson being around. So, I mean, you think that I can already tell you think that's a really good match.
I think one of the beauties of him is he's a tremendous influencer. I mean, he connects with all the players.
Yeah.
Particularly with so many. I mean, you go to camp. I mean, there's so many Latino players. Here that is very, very important that you have that personal connection.
Yep.
And having somebody that have gone through this like he has. I mean, he wasn't a superstar. I mean, he was a good defensive catcher, but he's been through it. I mean, just teaching those guys, and particularly Basallo. Basallo is going to be. I mean, his comp is Jordan Alvarez. I mean, that's his comp. I mean. That guy is going to be, I mean, he's going to be the real deal. I mean, it's, you got Batista, you got Basallos, I mean, a couple of Dominican guys.
And then now for the Orioles too, which, it's undermined or it's not as thought about out loud, is that they want to continue to invest in their developments and especially exploring more in the Latin American countries because of the talent. Talent's down there. The boys can play in the Latin countries, Oscar, I'll tell you.
They play every day. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, there's... Down in Dominican Republic, I mean, when you go to Santo Domingo or you go down to Venezuela and Caracas, Valencia, I mean, the weather is like this every day. I mean, you play from beginning to end. And then the other thing, a lot of those guys see this as a means to basically survive and basically kind of help their families. I mean, a lot of them come from very poor backgrounds. And look, it's an opportunity for them. So this is kind of life or death in a lot of cases for a lot of those guys. So they're going to, I mean, you're going to find a lot of talent there. I mean, it's the Orioles have done a very, very good job bringing that young talent. I mean, Basallo is the real deal, man. I see that kid swinging that bat. He's the real deal.
He is, I think. And we had Tim Cousins, the catching coordinator here, catching coach, specifically in the bigs and out there in the bullpen. Great baseball guy in mind. High praise. Buck Britton managed him, was my former manager as well. Same thing, seeing the evolution of what he can be. Got to make Orioles
Orioles, the Phillies found a guy. His name is Fernando Tait. He is 18 years old. I see that guy hit. I mean, he hit bombs. I mean, 18 years old. I mean, they put him in the big league stadium. Boom, bombs like you wouldn't even believe. I said, "Who is this kid?" I mean, he's amazing. I mean. He's gonna be helping the Phillies. I mean, you see Basallo here. I see Basallo playing more first base. I don't know. I mean,
well, if you have
Rutschman here, I mean, I see him playing
it's a problem.
First base.
It's a good problem to have
absolutely.
as time goes on, and I'm really excited to see what that all could entail.
I think some of the guys are going to continue to grow, but having a veteran guy like Schwarber, and I use Schwarber just as an example, would be a tremendous somebody that can help the dugout. I mean, McCann did it last year. I mean, he did a great job. A lot of guys kind of look up to him. I mean, Chirinos, I think, is going to take some of that role more from a coaching and connecting with players. I mean, so look, the talent is there. It's just a matter of putting it all together and maximizing what you have, right? I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's the name of the game.
Maximize what you can, execute better than the other team, Oscar, and that's usually leads to good things. So I'm hoping. How's your putting game, Oscar?
It's not that good. I don't have time, dude. I mean, I have the Phillies, I have the Eagles. I mean, when?
It's a 4-foot putt, Oscar. So here's the thing: if you
three tries,
if you get three, you get three shots. If you make it,
okay.
You're taking my money and I'm giving it to one of our followers.
Okay.
So you make it.
That would be
adds to the pot.
That would be wonderful.
There we go. Hey, Kevin.
Let's try it out.
Oscar, try it out.
Oh my. Here we go.
Stage is yours.
Oh, you're going for 6.
Yeah.
Oscar's stepping up.
Let's see what we got here.
Some practice swings. Zach's got it on the other camera. You guys will see
have
it later.
Video footage.
Oh! I will say, Oscar. Hey,
you wouldn't believe it.
If that was actually a hole, that would have been 35 feet past it, but you just had to get it through. That's all that matters.
Hey, Latinos guys can play golf too.
Yeah, Oscar, appreciate you around a lot of the day.
Yeah, no, I'll be here the rest of the day, and then I'm heading back down to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, well, we're here the rest of the day.
Great to see you, Ryan.
Yeah, great to
Take it
see
easy,
you.
man.
We'll talk soon.
I told the wife that I'm going to be spending a month down in Florida.
Yeah.
My parents are down in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, so you got to see them.
Yeah, no, I got to go see them. So I'm spending the month here, and then I'll be back next week.
Okay.
And I'll be back and forward. So
We'll be gone next week.
When are you guys? Are you guys back here?
We're leaving next week, like early next week.
Okay.
And then
I'll be back Thursday, and then I'm watching the spring break for the Phillies, and then I'm coming here to see the Orioles, which is next Saturday against the Yankees, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll be back up in Baltimore getting our whole schedule together.
I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Anytime in Philly, just text me, guys.
Sounds good. I'll
Got
probably
your
see
home
you.
over
I'll
there,
see you in
okay?
an hour or 2. When you're around.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Appreciate you, Oscar.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man.
Oh!
He made it anyway. No, that's fine.
He survived.
Yeah. Oh, we're all good. All good.
See ya. All right, guys, new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button here. Ryan Ripken Show. We are still live.
Is this Oscar? Is this your phone?
He smoked.
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Don't leave that. There you go.
Oscar smoked that ball.
Smoked it.
Smoked.
But it was
pinpoint
dead
accuracy.
Dead center.
Pinpoint accuracy.
Dead center.
Piped that ball.
Man.
We said 4-foot putt, he said 40-foot, but he got it.
And I love that too with Oscar. People don't understand how great his background is, or if you do, you're gonna figure that out real quickly.
Yeah, he's such a great guy.
Very, very in tune, especially with the Latin American players, but not just covers all football, very engaged with the football side, but baseball, you can hear the passion, especially the passion in the Latin countries. This is not just with the Orioles talent, but across Major League Baseball. Yep. It's a huge reason why a lot of the Latin players are over here in the big leagues. They can play. They're really damn good.
Yeah.
I love the Jordan Alvarez compliment. I've been saying it for 2 years. He just the swing and everything. And honestly, the biggest thing for me is the trajectory of the baseball, because Jordan kind of hits those like holy crap moon shots that go 500 feet, and that's kind of what Basallo does. It's the second it's off the bat, you're like, oh, this is going over the scoreboard. So I love that comp so much.
Well, and everyone can't wait to watch. Everyone can't wait to watch. Like, you're getting that feeling with Sam. It's what is he going to do next? Or what's going to happen? I think that's the exciting part for him. It's that wow factor, the it factor. But again, he's going to struggle. He's got to struggle. He might suck at times, and you know what? Good.
It's a growth process.
Baseball, because you know why, Brad? Baseball is
hard.
Fine.
Hard.
Biggest thing is also just getting ahead of this now. When he hits 300 the first week in AAA this season, he does not need to come up to the majors immediately.
Nope. I actually think I did a video of that saying. I did a video saying he's not going to. I mean, I love him. He's going to go to AAA. He's going to AAA. I don't care what he does. Going to AAA. Learn. Take the time. Mature. He's going to have a great career. Like if I'm as any prospect, I've never been more sure that he's going to be a stud.
Oh yeah,
just
Gonna be so good.
Heel Cinnamon and Brad. I'm glad you can. And for everyone knows our Brad.
Look at Brad.
oh hey,
Brad has been doing everything behind the scenes here, and it's Brad's birthday tomorrow. How about this? 2 events for us traveling. We got Zach's and Nola.
that's
You're
right.
down in Soda.
That's right. Yeah.
So this is gonna be great. Happy early birthday, and everyone
Thank
out
you.
there.
Thank you.
Wish Brad a happy birthday. Not for Kevin. Actually, Kevin, you had your. We've had.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I know Kevin Booth. Yeah.
Oh,
So there is a Kevin birthday.
oh, happy birthday, Kevin.
Amazing. And Brooks is shouting out, your hair just looks majestic.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I see like every.
I like keep going back and forth with the hair about chopping it all off.
Same. What do you mean?
Same.
I'm telling you, you're chopping it off could be the end of it.
It's a very good point.
It
That's why I haven't chopped
might
it
not
off.
come back.
I think you gotta keep it.
Might not come back.
It might not come back. Oh, sugar, guys.
Yeah, I can pull it up in a ponytail.
Yeah.
That's how long I've gotten.
Oh,
See,
Full-
but it
full
looks good. It looks good.
Thanks.
So we're getting close to wrapping up here. And like I said, we didn't know how all things would. It doesn't mean that our content ends today. No, sir. We're going to be here for the game. And actually, there might be one of our Holy Shirts and Pants members might be making her way to the game, by the way. So
Oh,
maybe she'll get a chance to see one of these in person.
yeah. There you go.
Get one of her. Get one of the first shirts out there. And now I feel bad. We got to get the largest figured out. That because Seti was going to have it right there. Man, tough for the program. I'll get Seti it though.
We say we call it a day.
Yeah, I think it might be ready to call today. I don't think anyone's going to come out. If it does, then that's just how fate works.
Yep.
yeah.
But 10:44, guys, we were live for over 3 hours,
Yeah.
and it feels so good to be back.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And we appreciate it, guys, but this is not the end of the content. We might still have other people that pop up. We are going to have game content. We're going to have at the stadium content live during it. O's play at 1 o'clock. Get you the vibe of what's going down here. Orioles, Rays, 105. We'll be here. So much baseball conversation. You heard Oscar talk about the Phillies. Maybe we're going to have to talk more about the Phillies and other teams throughout the season that you guys aren't going to want to miss. Again, hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. You guys have been amazing. We miss you. We love you. We're back, and we are looking to have a phenomenal something dropped over there. Oh, anything you can.
That's how you know it's over.
When the C4 is on the ground, you call it. But guys, we'll be back for another show. I guess if we're back, I don't know if we're going to be back in time for the new show on Tuesday. So we got to figure out that one. When baseball gets going for opening day, we're going to have 3 days a week. You should mark that down. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to be rocking and rolling. And you might see a new feature of the Ryan Ripken Show one-on-one series coming your way. So, guys, any